Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, people. Y'all rocking with the gifted one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it poppin'. Get hype, people. What you're listening to right now is coming from none other. The legendary soundtrack that is going to be on Bungie's next hit, which is called Marathon, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all rocking with the gifted one tonight, people. We live in full effect tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, man? Y'all rocking with the gifted one. Make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in here. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Let's get it, man. We live, people. Woo! That showcase coming next week, people. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Get ready. I keep telling y'all, them heavy hitters, they coming out to play, people. We got Bungie. We got Sucker Punch. I mean, it's crazy. What? What? Unbelievable. Where else you getting these type of vibes right here, man? You ain't going to no damn Xbox channel rocking out like this. Talk to him. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in here, man. Y'all rocking with the gifted one tonight, people. Those tunes y'all listening to right there, that's coming straight out of the original soundtrack for Bungie's next hit smash. That game is called Marathon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. These are the type of vibes we getting from that game. Y'all get ready, man. PlayStation is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You best believe that. Unbelievable how this type of music comes out of a game. Uh-huh. Listen to that music, man. Listen to the sounds in the back. The original soundtrack Shout outs to Bungie. Shout outs to PlayStation. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It is I, your host, Gifted Gamer 204, back at it again with another banger, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs to everybody out there. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. Today is April the 4th, 2025. That sound you hear in the background, that is from the official soundtrack of Bungie's next hit smash, which is called Marathon, ladies and gentlemen. I told ya, get ready. You understand what I'm saying? That song is on the soundtrack of Marathon. And I know it's just a song. I know, I get it. No gameplay, none of that. But just listen to that. That sounds incredible, bro. It sets the tone for what the game, to me, like what the game is gonna be like. Unbelievable, bro. So shout outs to Bungie. We did get some what you call it? Well, we broke the news over here yesterday. We was talking about it yesterday. Those of y'all who was with me yesterday, y'all know what time it is. This is what we do. We break news out here all day, every day. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we do up in here. But we just didn't get to cover it because we was on the topic of Nintendo and things like that. We spoke about it a little bit. But here we are. We got some news as it pertains to Bungie Marathon. Y'all get ready. Get hype. It's going down, people. I told ya. It's happening, brother. I mean, listen. You hear that soundtrack? Unbelievable. We just finished coming off the Death Stranding 2 trailer with that incredible soundtrack. That song for that soundtrack, which was one of the greatest trailers in the history of gaming, that basically shut everybody up. You didn't hear one critic out here talking about, nah, that trailer was trash. Everybody is hyped for Death Stranding 2 after that trailer. with that incredible soundtrack. I'm telling you, the big boys for Sony are coming out to play. I kept telling you, just wait, just be patient, because only time will tell. Sit back and relax. Enjoy these games that are coming out. You know, go ahead, play your games that you're enjoying. Sony's getting ready to come out and start smacking everybody across their face. It's game time. Sony knows this. It's game time. There's a rumored state of play coming this month. There's another rumored showcase from Sony. It should be coming in May. I believe the middle of May or late May. Probably like right before Lost Soul Aside comes out. Death Stranding 2, Lost Soul Aside, Ghost of Yotei. We're getting, you know, all this news coming out, you know, thrown at us at once from Marathon. We still haven't seen Haven. We haven't seen Cory Barlog. We haven't seen, we saw already Naughty Dog. We haven't seen Insomniac Wolverine, which they did make a little announcement that we're going to speak on here. We saw Saros from Housemarque. Keep telling y'all, it's game time out here, man. I'm telling you. So get ready. Anyways. Shout out to everybody that's up in here, man. Let me see something real quick, man, because this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Let me bring this down a little bit. All right, talk to me, man. Y'all rocking with the gifted one, people. Y'all rocking with the gifted one, people. How's everybody Friday been going? I see my brother Mask is in the building. Yo, Mask, what it do, my brother? Haven't seen you in a while, bro. I hope everything is good with you and Lady Mask, bro. I hope everything is good out there, bro. Good to see you up in here. Shout outs to my brother TJ up in the building. My mic sounds off. Damn. My brother Lunchin's in the building. What's good, my brother? Holla at me, man. Holla at me, man. Let me see what's going on with this mic situation. How it sound? It still sound bad? Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. Let me see. Hold up. Hold up. Yes, it sound kind of off. Let me see. Yeah, it kind of sound off. Let me see what I could do here. Let me see wavelength. Let me see. Where you at? How's everybody Friday been so far, man? Talk to me, man. Yes. Let me know how this sounds. Let me know if that sounds any better. If not, I'll change it again. Let me know how that sound right there, man. I appreciate you, TJ. Yes, sir. Shout out to Diana up in the building. Thank you so much for being here. It sounds more normal like this. Sound a little bit better. I don't know what's wrong with this mic, bro. I might have to change this mic. I think I might have just been yelling at it too much. Y'all know how I do. My brother Mask been a little down, but right back up. Everything is good. Thank you. That's what's up, my brother. As long as everything is good, you back on track. That's all that matters, my brother. You understand? Like, do your thing, bro. Yeah, TJ, definitely. But yeah, Mask. That's good to hear, my brother. You know? That's good to hear. I'm chilling, bro. I'm just chilling. You know, I've been putting in work out here. I don't know if you see my channel lately, but I've been going crazy. You know, we're covering the gaming news. I'm dropping videos. I'm doing live gameplay. Right now, I'm covering The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster that came out on PC. So I'm covering that. Out here grinding, bro. Out here grinding. Out here grinding. You dig? We covered the Nintendo Direct. We've been grinding out here, bro. Tell you that much right now. We've been out here grinding. Yo, Molly, what it do, my brother? Holla at me, man. Holla at me, man. Yeah, TJ, I know, bro. I know, bro. That sound y'all hear in the back, that's the official soundtrack of the next Bungie game, which is called Marathon, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it sounds absolutely incredible. You understand what I'm saying? I told you I was going to be next week. I told you the thing was going to be next week, bro. You dig? I told you. It's a Good Friday. I was excited for the Switch too, but I will wait. Okay. Yo, TJ, I appreciate you, bro. Listen to that beat drop right here, bro. Listen to this beat drop right here. Listen to this. What? What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm good, Mask. Thank you for asking, bro. I'm good. We good, man. Me and Lady Gifted, we good. I don't think we're doing the live for the members tonight. Obviously, you know, I came in here late today. It's already about to be 6:30. I don't think we're gonna have time. Yeah, you know me. I be out here yapping my mouth. But yeah, man. You always checking my videos. I appreciate that, my brother. I dropped 2 today. Speaking on the tariffs. Speaking on what else I did? I forgot. It was about Nintendo though. I dropped 2 videos today earlier. But I appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. You're an official sponsor of the channel, my brother. You know, we're here. Yo, Molly, what it do, man? How we feeling about the delay as far as the Switch 2 pre-orders? We could speak about it. I made a video about it. You know, where is it? I made a video about it. Listen, they're still saying that it's gonna be releasing on June 5th, right? on June 5th, which is the release date. It's just the pre-orders. They're canceling it. They might be switching up the price, right? They might be switching up the price, so it might not be $4.99. So the people that were waiting for this on day one is gonna have to think. Like I said in the video, I said, like Mask, he was gonna get it day one, but I'm pretty sure now he saw the price, the tariffs, the pre-orders are postponed. Let's see what happens. That's the same way he's feeling is the same way that a lot of people are gonna feel, because now, depending on how they price the Nintendo Switch 2, a lot of people are not gonna buy it. It's just what it is. It's if it goes out here $550, $600, a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of people are gonna say, hold on a second, let me wait. Yeah, they said they're gonna change. They're waiting. This is what they said. They said they are waiting until what the tariffs are gonna be. You know what, like, basically, like, you know how the president just brought out the tariffs, what everything is gonna be. So everything gotta settle in. That's what they said. They're gonna wait until everything settles in. They see what the price. They're gonna match the prices with the current what do you call it, economy situation. They're gonna see how much, if they price it at $4.99, how much will they be gaining with the tariffs involved? How much tariffs Trump is asking for? They're gonna do all the numbers, right? They're gonna go through all the numbers. They're gonna open up them spreadsheets, PowerPoints. Look, this is boom, boom, boom. This is what they're gonna be doing right now, back in the lab. That's why they canceled the pre-orders. They said, shut down the pre-orders. We got to get back in the lab because the tariffs is coming in. We got to make money. So this is what they're doing right now. That's why they canceled it. They're back in the lab calculating all the numbers. So, I'm expecting them to change the price. So yes, I'm expecting them to change the price, and it's going to be higher. It's going to be higher than $4.99, bro. Because what were the tariffs that Trump put for Japan? Let me see. How many did he put it for Japan? Where's the list? This is the list. Okay. So, he put it, I don't know if you could, all right, hold up. Let me bring it for you. All right. So, he put it, but this is old. But this is new. Well, it says here, Japan, 24%. It says here, Japan, 24%. Now, I don't know about I ain't no mathematician. I'm not a whole numbers guy and things like that. But you take a look at that chart and what you think is going to happen. What you think? People over here showing me Express pants. I don't even shop at Express. So why is there even an ad on my screen? I don't even shop in Express. Like, bro. Anyways, right? Yeah, yo, my brother Michael West is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to you, my brother. What's going on, bro? Holla at me, man. What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? What you think about this? You saw my video or what? 500 will be tough. Not gonna lie. 500 for what? For the base? Not like for the bundle, because the bundle's 500. So you meaning like 500 for the base and then 550 for the bundle? That's what you're saying, Molly? My brother, I'm tired, is in the building. What's good, bro? Holla at me. We gonna get into all that news, but talk to me, right? Hold Hold on, I gotta throw some background music up in here. What's going on? Kind of. My bad, y'all. All right, let's get back to it. So, I'm tired. What you think about this chart right here, right? So, he put a 24% tariff in Japan. That's where it's coming from. 509 base? Yeah, it's gonna be tough, bro. Yeah, I know. But with a 24% tariff, it could go higher than that, bro. It could go higher than that, bro. It might be $600 for the bundle edition and like $549 for the base edition. It's going crazy out here, bro. But Nintendo's gonna figure all that out. They're gonna figure it out. And listen, I really don't care, you know, about sales and if they flop, if Nintendo flops. I don't care. They're the ones, that's their company. You know, like, they gotta deal with all that. If you decide not to buy it, that's on you. You don't want to spend your money. You're telling Nintendo, your system is not worth to me $500, $550, $600. It's not worth it to me. So I'm not buying it. You gotta send them a message, bro. It's whatever you feel is right and what's wrong for you. You gotta send the company the message. The company is sending you the message with their price. They're telling you, guess what? This is our new Nintendo. We got Mario, we got Zelda, we got Donkey Kong, we got Luigi, and the rest of the crew, which you're not gonna get anywhere else. So, we selling it to you for $550. Take it or leave it. That's their job. Your job, but you're the customer. You gotta decide. Well, guess what, Nintendo? I don't like your plan. And if a lot of people think like that, they might change their plan. Who knows? I really do. To me, let's say it's $500 for the bundle, and they raise it $50 to $550 for the bundle and $509 for the base. I'll still get it with the bundle, the $550. I'll still get it. It all depends on you. Like putting money to the side. I put money to the side, to do certain things. So it's like, all right, an extra $50. If I could get the new Switch, all right, boom. Here you go, an extra $50. But it all depends on you. I'm not going to go by, going off on the internet. I'm not buying it. Why it gotta be $600? They could keep that. Also, think like that. Everybody has a right to think how you want to think. The world is still gonna go around. Like, life goes on. If you think like that, then think like that. Then don't buy it. Then continue living your life how you continue to live your life. And that's it. Me, I live my life like this. I'll put money to the side. How much that's gonna cost? Like GTA 6, when they announced GTA 6 was about to be $100. You already know that if it's $70, you're gonna buy it. Why not start saving up an extra $30? So by the time GTA 6 comes out, guess what? The $30 is right there. You got the $100. Boom, here you go. We're not talking about the Switch 2 is about to be $800. If it's gonna be like $850, now I'm gonna be like, chill. I'm not about to save up another $400 to buy a new Switch. I'm not saying that I'm just gonna buy whatever price point is out there because I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if it's like GTA, it might be $100. That's $30 more than the standard game. Like the Switch 2 is $500. If they decide to come out, I'm talking about the bundle. It's $500. If they come out and they decide, well, because of the tariffs, we have to raise the price another $70. So it's gonna be $570. I'm still gonna get it. That's just an extra $70. Like, I'm gonna put money to the side. Okay, that's what you're telling us. So by the time the Switch 2 comes out, I'm gonna have that extra 70 right there. Bang, ready to go. You gotta tackle every situation one at a time. You can't be looking all over the place. Well, what's going on? If you're setting your eyes on the new Switch, it's $500. The tariffs come in. They're saying it's $570. It comes out June 5th. They bring out this information May 5th, let's say, right? So that will give you a month to save up an extra $70 if you really want the Switch, because you want to play the new Zelda game, the new Mario game, Donkey Kong, Metro Prime, Pokemon, Animal Crossing. You want to play it with your family. You're really looking forward to it, right? They're giving you a month to make up your mind and save up your money and go for it if you choose to. It's $70. Put money aside every week. A little $15 on every time you get paid every Friday. A little $15. $10. Another $10. You got yourself $570. June 5th. Ching ching. Here you go, bitch. Here's my $570. Thank you. Let me get that one right there. Yeah, the bundle. Yeah, the bundle right there with that Mario Kart. Let me get that one. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, value is subjective, bro. It's what it is. It is what it is. To be honest, Nintendo has been taking losses every single year. They put out our games for the joy of us. So this time around, I can't be mad at them. They need to stay afloat for their fans. I'm going to still get it. I'm a fan. But what you mean they've been taking losses? Because I don't feel like that. I feel like Nintendo's been getting their way all these years. Their games cost a whole lot cheaper to make if you're comparing it to PlayStation and not Xbox, because Xbox is trash. If you're comparing it to PlayStation, forget about Xbox. Nobody talking about Xbox. If we comparing it to looking at Spider-Man, that they're saying it cost over $300 million to make, and when you start including marketing and all that, the budget is a lot bigger. We look at Nintendo games, and that budget is not there. They're a lot cheaper to make. They don't have to go as hard. Their games are going to sell regardless just because of the characters they have. And in their Nintendo shop, they never put their games on sale. Never. It's not like PlayStation. You go into PlayStation store, every month there's a sale. Spring sale, fall, winter, next gen sale. This, that, and the third. Most wanted sales. Games under $10. There's sales all over the place. Free games. And Nintendo never does that. They never, bro. Mario Kart has been $60 since the beginning of time, bro. $60. The budget is nowhere near the budget of a Spider-Man, and they only selling that game $10 less than PlayStation 5, which is at $70. So everything they do, they sell everything. Those little things, the amiibos that go on top of the controllers, that's not even necessary, but they sell it, and guess what? People buy it. You get a little sprinkle of free stuff in the game. There you go. But thank you for buying the amiibo. It would cost you probably like $30. It would cost you probably like $30 for a damn little amiibo that goes, but here you go, the little coins that you get inside that game that you bought it for. So, listen, man. Could it be Nintendo's time? For them to start taking L's out here? Listen, man. They run their company how they gonna run it. But you've been, especially since they target families and target kids, Nintendo been, just taking parents' money all these years, bro. Never going on a sale, never putting out any type of like big spring sale, Nintendo. Like, bro, you targeting families. And look, PlayStation does that for us, and their target is the adults. Like 30-year-olds, 35, 25-year-olds. Like, So, that's how I feel about that. Nah, Molly. It's not about get your money up. It's just if you was to be planning to buy a Switch, it's the new Switch. I know you wasn't expecting it to be $300. I know that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you probably was expecting from 400 or 500. So, if it was 400, they came out with the direct. It's going to be 450. You got to put in, you're not going to spend an extra $50 from your, what you call it? Like your original budget that you had for the system, which was 400, they came out is 450. You're going to have a problem with that? Instead of saying, okay, it's coming out June 5th. I still have time to save up a little bit, extra $50, and I'll get it. I'm not saying you were thinking it was 400 and they came out in the direct and they was like, oh, it's $600. That's an extra $200. So now I will be like, yeah, they bugging out. An extra like $600? Like, nah. Like, nah. Sorry. How they've been taking losses? They have the best profit margins in gaming. It's crazy. Look into Nintendo, how many of their projects have failed. They take losses, but they keep it on the low. It's been like that for years. For years, half the time they don't even break even. But projects like what though? Right? Like what? Where have they failed at? Because everywhere I look, Nintendo's winning. Like Mario Kart 8, they could go off of just Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That game has sold like 60 million copies, bro. And not that people have not 60 million copies that, a 25% of that 60 million was people that bought it when it was on sale, because the games never go on sale. So it's been $60 all this time. And they managed to sell for that game 60 million copies, I believe it is the number. I know I'm wrong, but it's somewhere in there. Animal Crossing. Like, these games take nothing to make, bro. Like, nothing. The Super Mario Brothers, the movie, it's the most selling animated film, I think, of all time. If it's not number one, it's number two, I believe. The Switch has sold incredible. The Game Boy, the Wii, the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo. They've been on a roll. And projects failing, everybody has those. Because Yoshida came out talking about they cancel projects all the time. We just don't hear about it. And that just only doesn't go for PlayStation. I'm pretty sure that goes for Xbox, for Nintendo, for everybody who makes any type of projects. Like, it's just we don't hear about it. We don't hear about everything. Bro, there's a thing that came out about, did I bring that up? I didn't bring that up. Yeah, bro, that's crazy. We talking about it, and look, this this came out right. I'm telling y'all, rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. You see how I just have stuff on deck. I mean, look at this, unbelievable, bro. Keep telling y'all who y'all rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button as y'all come on in here, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, man. We got membership. It's pinned at the top of the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I suggest y'all go ahead, link that link and go ahead and check it out, man. We outside. We out here. Anyways, this came out. PlayStation has a cold storage vault and mine shafts to save its 30-year history, bro. This is saying that they have, you know, all the projects that they've worked on that they might have canceled over the years. You know, a lot of things that we never heard about. They have a vault that has all of this information, bro. Like, this just came out, right? Look, after this year's Game Developers Conference, a senior build engineer at PlayStation named Garrett Fredley gave a talk entitled Preserving the Past for the Future, a PlayStation Case Study. The talk, which has been since written up by Games Radar staff who were in attendance, centered on the problem of how you go about preservation if you have over 30 years worth of history to capture, record, and archive. And the solution sounds like something out of an old science fiction novel or an Indiana Jones film. Mario's fourth? Okay. Telling you. According to Fredley, PlayStation is currently building a secret cold storage vault located inside a set of old mine shafts to store mountains of data tapes containing art, assets, and code from its games, with only a select group of individuals, including the IP preservation team and a few members of PlayStation's IT department, having access to the wealth of information, bro. This just came out. How it works, as explained by Fredley, is that the company has two staging vaults located in Las Vegas and Liverpool that features fast SSD storage where developers can upload their files. The information then gets transferred to tape backups, which are then transported to the real vault situated in an undisclosed location. As Fredley revealed in his talk, over 200 million files and a roughly 650 terabyte of data, thanks game file, have so far been preserved from PlayStation's history as part of this initiative, including everything from the latest PlayStation 5 builds to old PlayStation 1 games such as 1994's Ark the Lad. So this is it right here. Right now it's not exactly clear what plans, if any, PlayStation has for all this material besides obviously ensuring its survival. However, with Fredley starting, it is probably always going to remain an internal service and internal material, and it sadly isn't up to the preservation team to decide to make it publicly available. Nevertheless, maybe there's hope one day that some of this rescued material find its way into future remasters and collections. Now that there's more awareness that there's a team working hard on making sure this material is safe and protected. That's that article right there. This article just came out, bro. So think about it. Yeah, bro. Sony has games in the works that is more expensive than Spider-Man 2. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, bro. Telling you, man. Excuse me. Like, I don't believe in all of that karma stuff and things like that. It's just what you put in life is what you get out of it, right? Nintendo has been working like this for years, bro. Right? And all people did was turn the cheek, right? I kept telling y'all. why nobody is speaking up against Nintendo. I kept saying it. Why? Every single time I used to bring it up. What's the deal with Nintendo? Like, what is it? I understand the deal with Microsoft, which is they bought up the entire gaming industry, so that's understandable. I get it. They bought their way to the top. So I know why people are talking like that when it comes to Xbox and why people are trying to diminish PlayStation. I get it. That's a known fact. They bought up all the media outlets, the content creators, everything else. Like, they bought everybody out. Even Matt Piscatella, who works for a company who gives out numbers, even that person was bought out by Microsoft. People that you wouldn't even think that could be possibly be bought out, such as Matt Piscatella, has been bought out. So I get the whole Microsoft thing, but I never understood the whole Nintendo thing. It's like, why nobody talking about that? These people don't do nothing for the industry. Nothing. All they worrying about is their money, and that's it. Everybody turn the cheek, look this way. Oh, we don't talk about Nintendo. Nintendo makes their money. We don't got nothing to say about Nintendo. That's all you hear out here. Nintendo sells. All they talk about Nintendo is money. Nintendo selling, money. Nintendo, they make their money. Don't compare PlayStation. PlayStation ain't got nothing on Nintendo. Nintendo, money. That's all I hear. Nobody ever came at them as a gaming community and spoke up and like, bro, like, you've been selling this $60 game for the past 12 years, bro. Like, what's up? And we get a discount? Can you put Mario Kart for at least 2 weeks up for sale? So we could get a chance, for these working parents to go and buy Mario Kart for at least $30 and not $60. The game's been out for over 10 years. And it's still $60. Nobody ever came at Nintendo saying nothing. The focus is always on PlayStation and Xbox. You talk about Nintendo, you get shut down. Don't talk about Nintendo. PlayStation don't got nothing on Nintendo. What you mean they don't got nothing on Nintendo? Do they sell more? That's all your conversation that you hear Nintendo. Who sells more? They don't talk about the games, innovation, how they helping out the gaming industry, nothing. But those conversations always come up when we talking about PlayStation. Where the games at? Well, Nintendo, where the games at? Did they come out with any games last year? No. Did you hear people talking about it? No. Meanwhile, PlayStation put out 7 bangers last year. And 2 of them happen to be multiplayer game of the year. And guess what? The game of the year. So, that's why I talk how I talk. Because I've been probably the only one getting at Nintendo this whole time. Like, bro, what's up with Nintendo? Nintendo's trash. They come out with, the only time you go to play your Switch is when they come out with a new Zelda game. After that, that Switch is going to sit right there and it's never going to be touched ever again until the next Zelda comes out. Nintendo's trash. I've been said that. So, maybe it's their time. They had it coming to them. It's been way too many years. Nobody ever said anything. They just kept making their money. Hush. Never said anything. People talk about PlayStation never talking. Nintendo never spoke. You never heard anything coming out of Nintendo. Well, we're trying to do this. Well, our games are going to do this. We're trying to team up, we're trying to make a game that's, similar to this type of game. And we're trying to do something new with our characters. You never heard Nintendo saying nothing, bro. Nothing at all. Anybody said anything about that? No. Why? Leave Nintendo alone. Nintendo makes money. Leave them alone. That's all you hear. Everything is PlayStation, PlayStation, and more PlayStation. Nobody talk about Xbox because nobody cares about Xbox. Xbox is trash. Do you understand? Xbox is straight basura. When you talking about basura, if you ever been in New York City streets and you smell that garbage that's been there for days, and you're like, yo, that garbage stinks. Yeah, that's Xbox. Straight trash. Do you understand that the Xbox Live was shut down a few days ago for like over 10 hours and nobody said one single word? Told you this. And the funny thing about it is that I told y'all this. The very same day that everybody was having that fake ass outrage when the PlayStation Network went down, that very same day I came in here and I told y'all. Remember, I kept saying nobody cares. You know why? Because nobody cares. Y'all remember that? Yeah, nobody cares. Exactly my point. And they just proved it to me. And in case you think I'm lying, right? In case you think I'm lying, y'all rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. In case y'all think I'm lying, ooh, I almost spilled that cup. In case y'all think I'm lying, uh-oh. That was Xbox Live right there. That was Xbox Live. They were shut down a couple days ago. Nobody said anything. And I told ya, nobody cares. It's only about PlayStation. I told ya. PlayStation is what makes the gaming industry go. If PlayStation is not here, guess what? Your favorite hobby, video games, throw it out the window because it's over. You might as well go get yourself another hobby. Keep telling you that. Remember when I said, imagine if PlayStation was never in this gaming industry. Remember I told you, I'm like, yo, take PlayStation out the gaming industry. Just take them out for a second. Take it out. Do you think the video game world would it be existing right now? Like, you really think that? And we'll be playing video games right now if PlayStation never existed? You really think that? I don't. Would have been moved on to another hobby. I would have found something else to do. I don't know what. I don't know what. Because I can't live without playing video games. So I don't know what in the world I'll be doing. But I'll be doing something else. Because you best believe if my only option was Xbox and Nintendo and Steam games from PC, they ain't got nothing for me. They don't have anything for me, bro. So this would have been a sad world had PlayStation not been in the gaming industry. This would have been a very sad world, bro. For us in the gaming industry, but in the gaming world or the gaming community. Nintendo fans love to buy ports. Nintendo has become Apple. They used to innovate and now it's all about the money. It's all about the money, bro. I sold my PS5. Yo, Sotness, what it do, my brother? I sold my PS5 Pro, going all in on Switch 2 and Game Pass. Oh, we dropping a bomb for my brother Sotness, ladies and gentlemen. My brother going all in. Gifted, you found that Phantom Blade? I didn't find it. I told Albert to send it to me. He never sent it to me. I don't know. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. If y'all find it, just put the link in the chat and I'll show it. Y'all know how we do up in here. I'll show it. I just didn't find it, bro. I kept looking for it. But yeah, man. Like, getting back to that real quick. Like, I hope I made my point. You know. And yeah, man. It is what it is, bro. Like, it is what it is. But just know that your boy Gifted was probably the only one that used to get at Nintendo hard body. I used to get at Nintendo all the time, bro. Any chance I got at Nintendo. What's up with Nintendo? Trash. Nintendo had a very, very, very quiet 2024. Nobody said nothing. My bad, Mask. I didn't even see your comment, bro. My bad. Tariffs is just the back end. On the front end, there is nothing interesting. There's nothing interesting under to the hood. To the hood. Excuse me. DRM is bad, but $80 game is fine if they fixed 1 and 2. Okay. I hear you, my brother. I hear you, my brother. Yes, sir. I hear you, bro. And what else I spoke about? I spoke about Nintendo games, crossing over to PC. Shout outs to Hip Hop Gamer. I made a video about that today. Yo, I'm chilling, my brother. Chilling, my brother. What's good with you, bro? I know I came in here late today, but it's all good, bro. I made another video too, speaking about Nintendo games coming over to PC. So get ready for that. He said it's confirmed, right? So shout out to my brother, Hip Hop Gamer. He said it's confirmed. Where is it? Where is it? Did I lose it? Well, I made the video today. He said it's confirmed. And that's something we could talk about. Do you believe that? Right? Do you believe that? Here it is right here, right? Here it is right here. This is what he had to say. I can confirm, like I said a while ago before, 2026, you will officially see an unexpected Nintendo title go to PC. There it is. Y'all, let me know how y'all feel about that one, right? I think it's time for Nintendo, man. Nintendo, all they gotta do is set it up the right way on the PC end. They get all their stuff together. Bro, the amount of money that Nintendo can make all together from the console space and the PC space will be crazy, bro. The only thing is, you know, the people who pirate games. I'm pretty sure they know all of that. You've seen how they do the pre-orders. They have a system in place to stop all the scalpers from doing what they do. So you know Nintendo beyond that, and they got their lawyers on speed dial. So those people that like to pirate games, if Nintendo was to ever come to PC and they do it the way PlayStation is doing it, and they decide to start trying to pirate Nintendo games, they better get ready, because Nintendo got lawyers on speed dial, and they'll call their lawyers. It could be 3:30 in the morning. They don't give a damn. They'll call, get your ass up. Oh, we gotta handle something. We gotta handle something. So, but getting back to that whole PC thing, if they work it out. Get there and you gotta link your Nintendo thing to the PC. Sort of like the PSN. You get your games, a year and a half later, 2 years. We first gonna serve the console gamer first. The same way PlayStation does it. Bro, Nintendo could be taken, bro. Especially with those Zelda games, those characters are legendary, bro. Those are iconic characters that they have under their belt. That's why they make so much money. It's because of the characters. That's why it don't matter what game comes out. It's the brand sells itself. They don't need to do no crazy ass marketing. All they gotta do is put the character's face in your face. You know who it is. You know what the game is gonna be. You can't wait. It's a new one. You want to get in there. So they'll be eating, bro. Yo, shout out to my brother 3L, man. Yo, 3L, what it do? 3L3. What it do, my brother? Do you know how this balance mode in games with 40 frames on 120 hertz TV work? Can you explain how this works, please? What are you talking about? The PS5 Pro? You talking about the PS5 Pro? That's what you got? The balance mode. If you got on the Pro, if you on balance, it says 40 frames, but those TVs with 120 hertz, they unlock the frames, bro. They unlock the frames. So you could potentially be getting higher than 40 frames. Don't let those numbers fool you. Take the numbers off of your screen and just play the game. Put it on balance if you got 120 hertz TV and play it. And you're going to feel it. You got to feel it. Don't look at the number. Feel it. Look at the screen. Is it looking like it's running over 40? Does it feel like it's running over 40? You are going to notice. Don't play like a PC gamer. And with the frame rates on the screen, unless you're a content creator, if you're not and you just play games, take the frames off of your screen, put it on the Pro, put it on balance mode. It tells you 40 frames. That TV with 120 hertz, it unlocks it, bro. Nintendo lawyers don't play around. I downloaded old N64 games for my ex-kids to play, and I got my ISP yelling at me to delete it, or the cops are coming. I'm telling you, everybody's afraid of Nintendo, bro. Everybody's afraid of Nintendo, bro. But yeah. So I made a video about this today, right? But I want to take you over to the GamePost.com, because here we have it, people. Yesterday, I told y'all, as we were getting information, I kept telling y'all, information is just flying in. So, and I said yesterday, if they drop in all this information yesterday, which was Thursday, a lot of people were saying, oh, today. Like, nah, it's not going to be today. I told you yesterday. There's no way PlayStation is going to drop all this information without coming out publicly saying at least a day before and telling everybody, the event is tomorrow. This is Marathon. This is a long awaited game. They know this. So I told y'all, if it's dropping today, which was Thursday, chances are it's going to be next week. They dropping way too many new bits of information out there. So for it to be like a month away or something. Once they put out this information, they know. All right, we ready? We ready. All right, start putting out the information. Start putting out all these cryptic messages online and things like that. Let's go. So here it is. Bungie to reveal more about Marathon late next week, it's claimed. There it is, people. Bungie's cryptic teases for Marathon seems to be building up to something bigger, with a rumor claiming a reveal is coming late next week. Y'all rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. I keep telling y'all, man. After months of silence, Bungie is finally making noise about Marathon again. The upcoming extraction shooter, a reboot of Bungie's classic sci-fi series, has been a bit of a mystery since its reveal 2 years ago. While early trailers gave us a taste of the game's vibe and style, actual details have been hard to come by. That changed today. Marathon's social media channel suddenly came to life, sharing cryptic new teasers that kicked off a second ARG. That's alternate reality game. Players digging through the clues found new in-universe imagery, a few eerie soundtrack snippets, and a bunch of text files hidden in a terminal linked to the game's fictional UESC corporation. This is just one of the images there. Is the most we've seen or heard from Bungie or Marathon in a long time, and it looks like it's all building towards something bigger. So about the next week thing, that something bigger might be coming as soon as next week. On the latest episode of Game Mess Decides, journalist Jeff Grubb, there's your boy, said Bungie plans to share more information about Marathon late next week. Grubb, who has reported reliably, on Bungie in the past, hinted that fans won't have to wait much longer to see more of the game. Bungie is teasing Marathon, he said. Next week, everybody. Late next week, I think you'll be able to see a lot more about Marathon at that point. This lines up with previous reports suggesting that Bungie is planning its own showcase sometime in April. Remember that. So, likely, independent of any broader PlayStation event, Bungie has done this before with Destiny 2. And this is another image right here. Speaking of the new ARG, players have found some new teasers, including new soundtracks, weapons, and other random images related to the game. Thanks Marathon Bulletin. Check them out below. So this is everything that we was going by yesterday, right? These are the set of weapons, or at least some of them. This is the soundtrack that I was playing for y'all when I was starting off the stream. This is the song right here. Straight banger. More soundtrack teasers right here. This is more weapons that's being brought into the game. As for what we might see, there's plenty of clues. Recent data mines from Steam show different editions of Marathon, Base Extra, and Extra Plus Plus, all with pre-order bonuses and even Destiny 2 crossover content. That definitely sounds like a pre-launch prep, okay? So are we finally getting the full Marathon experience next week? It sure looks that way. Bungie staying quiet for now, but all signs point to a big reveal just around the corner. All right? I told y'all yesterday, it's coming next week, bro. I told you. I said it wasn't going to be today. It's going to be sometime next week. They're dropping way too much information for them to say, here, take this, but we'll see y'all in 3 weeks, or we'll see y'all next month. That's too much information, especially from a game that we've been waiting for a long time. Sony's not going to do that. They're ready to go. They're ready to show what they got. Get ready. And that's according to your boy, none other than Mr. Jeff Grubb over there. So let's see what happens, right? This image, they had to put it together because Bungie put out an encrypted message that this image wasn't like this. This one right here. So somebody had to put it together, and that's the image that they came up with. I'm loving the art style that they chose for this game. It looks fire, bro. You know, the soundtrack is fire. It got the machine behind it, which is PlayStation. Like, I'm ready to go, bro. I'm ready to go for this game. So yeah, y'all get ready next week, man. How y'all feeling about this right here? It's next week, bro. I'm telling you, man, he's saying late next week. So expect something by Wednesday or Thursday. I don't think they're gonna do the event on a Friday. So expect something by Wednesday, excuse me, of PlayStation saying, the marathon event is tomorrow, which I believe is gonna be on Thursday. So it's gonna be Thursday, right? Because I don't think they'll do a showcase like that on a Friday. So expect it to be on Thursday. So expect Wednesday to be the day they announce it. And like we said, like I told you, it was gonna be an exclusive event for Marathon only, because they're showcasing basically the entire game, everything that you're gonna be able to do, everything about it. So it should be an exclusive Marathon only event, right? So how y'all feeling about this one? Yeah, the OST is fire. I know, bro. I know. Marathon free-to-play extraction shooter or $40 like how Helldivers, we don't know, bro. We got to tune in next week, bro. Hopefully they tell us everything that we need to know about the game next week. So tune in, bro, because we're going to be live streaming it together. We're going to be here. We're going to be rocking out. Get ready and get hyped, man. It's game time, bro. It's game time. I told everybody the big boys is about to come out to play, bro. They coming out to play, bro. Here's Death Stranding. That's Kojima. Lost Soul Aside. China Hero Project. It's coming. I'm telling y'all. It's game time out here, bro. My brother Guru is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, my brother? 2 weeks tops. That's coming next week, my brother. Yo, Sotness is crazy, bro. Sotness is crazy, bro. You think it's not gonna be free, Michael? You think it's not gonna be free? I don't know, bro. Oh, let me check the Steam real quick. That's what I was thinking about. I'm like, what else did they say? The Steam, right? Let me see something. Marathon. Let's check their Steam page because they said they updated it. Marathon. Oh yeah, it's on my wish list. Oh yeah. Let's see what we find here. Coming soon. Wait. Okay. Let me see. They said something about like pre-ordering or something like that. Pre-order plus. Nah, they didn't update this. I'm trying to see here. I don't see anything like updated. Oh, they updated this image up here. It wasn't like this yesterday. They put the image with the girl right here. This is a new image. Oh, but that's about. I don't see what they're talking about. Like that they said plus, like a pre-order bonus or something like that. Nah, this is old. And that's it. Let me see my wish list. Would it bring something there? No. It says coming soon. And that's it. Nothing else. Well, alright. I didn't see anything there. Yeah. Yeah, Destiny wasn't free. I know, bro. If it ain't no story, it'll be free to play. Yeah, it needs to have a story, bro. And I'm pretty sure they looked at that whole Concord situation. They saw how people were saying that everything is free to play nowadays. Why aren't you bringing out your game for free? Is that in the third? So if they do come out with this game being free to play, expect you to be what do you call it? To have a store that's gonna have so many items for you to purchase. Oh, you want this game for free? Oh, you was complaining about Concord? Well, we basically gave you a game for $40, but our store wasn't a damn you know, a flea market that you walk up in there and you see all these damn items for sale. Like, we told y'all, all you had to do was play the game and you will be able to unlock stuff and things like that. But since y'all want to cry and complain, when we come out with this marathon game and it's free, guess what? All them little free items that you get is going to be trash. You know what you're going to have to do? Step up to the plate, put in them $20 if you want that brand new gun that we got. It's going to give you an advantage. Brand new skin, brand new consumables, and the rest of the everything else we have to offer. Get ready for that. If it's a free game, get ready for that. And I'm not going to be one to complain. I'm like, oh, it's free? Okay. Then you're going to start hearing, damn, why PlayStation charging $25 for this package right here? I mean, why? This package should at least be like $10. Why? You're going to see everybody complaining. But y'all wanted the game for free, though. Y'all don't complain about every other game. You don't complain about the First Descendant that has a package that is $100 that gives you a skin, a gun, some other crap. I forgot what it was. Straight trash. $100, bro. In the First Descendant. You ain't see nobody complain. So I don't want to hear nothing about this game. Just like in Helldivers 2 when they brought out the Killzone package. That it was basically like $20 or something like that. People were complaining. This is what I can't stand, bro. But, you know, get ready, man. He even had this in Forbes. Your boy, none other than Paul Tassi, was talking about it. So, it's looking like, you know, it's about to go down. It's about to go down, people. So, get ready, get hyped. We're going to be live streaming that. We in there. What's this? The terrorists. We spoke about this. I told you how I feel about this one, right? Yeah, don't look, bro. Nintendo. PlayStation games should not, to me, they should not be free. Their level of quality of games is just too high to be putting out games for free, bro. They put in too much work for their games to be coming out for free. You know, they take time in developing those games, bro. Concord was a flop, but you cannot tell me that Concord was a game that was just pure trash. You could tell that they had put money behind that game. The visuals, you know, the vignettes that they were coming out with every other week. The level of gameplay, like the gunplay was very good. It felt very high end when I was playing that game, bro. And I'm not just saying that because it's a PlayStation game. Like, I'm telling you, the gunplay when I was shooting, I'm like, yo, this gunplay feels good, bro. It don't feel choppy. It don't feel cheap. We're not glitching all over the place over here. Like those damn First Descendant games. You start glitching all over the place. You stuttering. You're like, whoa, whoa. Like, no, it felt legit, bro. It's just the way they went about things. But the game, I'm just talking about the game. Forget about all the politics around it, everything, whatever. Talking about pure gameplay. You could tell that Sony put money behind that. You could tell. Yeah, the characters was trash. Characters, you know, they dropped the ball with certain things. But I'm just saying, let's just focus on the game, right? Outside of all them politics that happened, is that. That's the question, right? Could you tell the difference from a free-to-play game and Concord? That was $40. Could you tell a difference? Me? I could. That gunplay was legit, bro. I was like, yo, this feels good, bro. PlayStation's Horizon Zero Dawn TV show adaptation will now be a movie instead of a show, right? Real quick, just to keep you up to date, Horizon was supposed to be a TV show adaptation that was being led by the same showrunner behind Netflix Umbrella Academy is no more, and Guerrilla's open world robot dinosaur hunting series will be adapted into a movie instead. At the top of the year during CES 2025, Sony announced that it will be making a movie adaptation of Horizon Zero Dawn, an exciting announcement that fans presume will be something to go along with the TV show we already knew was in development. That's not the case, however. PlayStation Productions head Assad Quizbash confirmed this in an interview with Variety. Speaking to Variety ahead of the upcoming BAFTA 2025 Game Awards, set for April 8th, couple days, 2025, Quizbash shared his thoughts on how prestige adaptation of video game series and franchises have gone so far and how they could grow in the future. During that discussion, Quizbash talked about how these adaptations can be very successful so long as the approach is right. I think what people have seen in Hollywood is that video game adaptation, if done right, can actually be very popular and they scale very well. That's been a big sea change that I've seen in the last 5-6 years since we've really started to come and deliver some great content. Having that methodology is why Quizbash admits that they felt a change needed to be made with the Horizon Zero Dawn adaptation was developing. Quizbash says that the TV show version that PlayStation Productions was working on with Netflix just wasn't creatively going how we wanted to, prompting the switch to make it a movie instead, and likely a very different project altogether, beyond the obvious difference between making a movie and making a TV show. Out of the adaptations we've seen from PlayStation Productions so far, it's clear that HBO's The Last of Us has been the most successful. The Twisted Metal show is set to premiere its second season sometime this summer, giving it another chance to make a mark after the first season failed to set the world on fire. An even bigger challenge this time around, considering it'll arrive shortly after the second season of HBO's The Last of Us, which is expected to be better than the season 1. The film adaptations we've gotten so far in Uncharted and Gran Turismo were able to find high moderate financial success, respectively, but both were largely slammed by the critics. All right, so the switch to making Horizon Zero Dawn adaptation a film instead of a TV show could transform the project from a middling sci-fi show to a stellar sci-fi film that does wonders at the box office. But at this point, Quizbash and PlayStation Productions batting average doesn't inspire confidence. So that's it for that, right? This sounds good, right? This sounds good to me because this is how he's thinking. If done right, it could actually be very popular and they scale really well. This sounds like they're really putting a lot of effort into their, movie and TV show adaptations from their franchises. We seen it with The Last of Us. Uncharted, it did good, like they said. It was slammed by the critics, and me too. Like, bro, Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, like nah, it just wasn't working, right? So it looks like they learned from that, and they see what The Last of Us is doing for them. So I think they're gonna start building on that, and they're gonna start bringing out way better content. Let's see what they're doing with Until Dawn. Hopefully that's a success, but let's see, right? I just wanted to bring this to your attention, right? I spoke to you about this. I made a video about this, right? Hopefully y'all got to see that video that I made. If not, go ahead, go check it out. It's on the channel. I explained why the whole LCD thing, right? This guy here, we switching over to Xbox here. Xbox Game Pass reportedly generated $2 billion in annual revenue between 2019 and 2021. Do you believe that? While there was some skepticism surrounding the Xbox Game Pass when it launched in 2017, players embraced the subscription model, which has been making solid revenue in the past few years. As spotted by Timmer222 on X, Richie Chowdhury, former head of product at Xbox, revealed on their linked profile that from 2019 until 2021, Xbox Game Pass stood at $2 billion a year in revenue, which is definitely an impressive figure, despite not being telling in regard to the sustainability of the subscription service, as there's no data on the profits. Exactly. This is his thing right here on LinkedIn. While Xbox Game Pass delivers quite a bit of value to players, it definitely causes a considerable drop in sales. Earlier this year, it was revealed that any game that is available as part of the subscription service library can be expected to lose around 80% of its expected premium sales on Xbox. A little less if it is a big mainstream release. Still, certain games benefit from being part of the Game Pass library, such as multiplayer games, as a surge of players on Xbox systems can have a positive impact on sales on PlayStation consoles. The service also makes it easier for some developers to get players to try out their games. Xbox Game Pass has become a fundamental part of Microsoft's strategy in the gaming space, which aims to get as many players as possible into the Xbox ecosystem, no matter the device. You can learn more about the subscription on its official website. We can't actually be believing this person because they don't show us the numbers, bro. They're not showing us the numbers. So how can we even believe that this is true? Last time I checked, they made a little bit over $1 billion a year on Game Pass. It was like 1 point something. $2 billion a year? I never heard of that. Never heard of $2 billion a year from Game Pass. And it's sad that we can't bring out the facts because Microsoft don't allow us to do that. So we got to be sitting up here guessing all the damn time. But that was just the last time I checked that it made just like 1 point something billion a year from Game Pass. But then at the same time, remember I brought you this news a while ago. They spend over $1 billion annually to secure third-party games for Xbox Game Pass. So it's not like they're just bringing in money. They spend over $1 billion a year to secure those third-party games, to bring them to you. So it's just sad that we're just not able to put all the numbers together because they don't allow us to do that. Yeah, they over $1 billion a year to make it work. Over $1 billion a year to make it work. Right? So I don't believe this guy when he's talking about $2 billion a year. I don't believe it, bro. I just don't. I don't see how that's possible, bro. I don't see it. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that one. Also, we got your boy over here. Wait, I took that video down? Oh, we'll get into it. Your boy Phil Spencer over here showing off a secret lab for the next gen Xbox hardware. Spencer is taking us on an exclusive tour of their top secret gaming labs, where the next generation of Xbox is being crafted right now. Ooh. Y'all want to take a look? Y'all want to see where this next Xbox is being crafted right now? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, people. Let me know. Y'all want to take a look at it or not? Or nah? Yo, I want to take a look at it or not? Let me know. Like, what's up? Let me know. Let me know. Kind of quiet up in here on a Friday night, man. I'm about to go do some Last of Us gameplay, man. I'm about to go do some Last of Us Part 2 gameplay, man. Straight facts. Straight facts. You know? Yeah, we got that. Hold on, let me see. I think this is the video.
When it comes to gaming, few play bigger than Xbox.
Let me now unveil Xbox.
When it comes to gaming, few play bigger than Xbox. Who are these people talking about? Who? What do you mean few? This is my first time hearing it. Already I'm pissed. Already I'm pissed. Let me bring myself down a little.
Since launching in 2001, Xbox has sold hundreds of millions of units, last year earning more than $21 billion in revenue. Its combo of technology and accessibility making Xbox a top pick for gamers, including this teen.
Oh my goodness. Anyways. Making over 21 bit. Where are these people getting all these numbers from? That's what I want to know. Where are they getting all these numbers from?
Teenager.
One of the seminal memories was like me and my friends gathered around the Xbox playing Halo.
It is why gaming is great. We connect people across their love of play.
Phil Spencer is Microsoft's gaming CEO.
I've been playing video games pretty much my whole life.
A lifelong gamer.
Oh, Phil.
Finish him.
Oh, Phil. Look at Phil Spencer. Look. Look at Phil. Look at Phil. Look at Phil.
Finish him.
Yo, you see this guy?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
You see this guy right here on your screen? You see this guy right here? This guy right here? You know what he is?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
Number one bullshit guy.
He do the wee
woo.
Finish him.
That's your boy. Hey, your boy. Let's keep going, though. I want to see this secret lab. That's what I want to see.
Lifelong gamer, he began here as a 20-year-old intern.
And now you're running one of the biggest gaming platforms in the whole world. What's that like?
It's like a life dream come true. Somehow I found this intersection of the thing I love to do in my real life, which is play video games, and my career, and it's just been magical.
We got a sneak peek at how the magic is made.
This is where like all the things get conceptualized and created, right?
That's right.
Spencer taking us on an exclusive tour of their top secret gaming labs.
That looks like some underground, you know, you need secret clearance type of deal. You seen that? Yeah, they started offline. Bro, you seen that? That looked like some underground type of deal. Like, bro, you need security access. You need to go by 3 security doors to get into the main one. And after you get in through the main one, you gotta speak to somebody, your voice recognition. Bro, looking crazy up in there. You had the first Xbox and then 5 Xbox 360 because I had 4 times the red and it was replaced. Yeah, and you know that right there, the 4 times that you had, they included in the sales, and when it was replaced, they include those in the sales of the Xbox 360. And that's why the Xbox 360, they saying that it sold, you know, like 84 million copies, I believe it was, or 83. But it's because of that. Because of situations like yours. So it's crazy, bro. And you even had to buy that 4 different times, bro. That's crazy work. Crazy.
Where the next generation of Xbox is being crafted right now.
I love to call this the maternity ward for product. Our designers and engineers come up with fantastic new ideas, and we make it real.
At the Advanced Prototyping Center, models of future controllers and consoles are carved from scratch, literally. To ensure they work with players of all ages and sizes, each product is tested on a variety of different heads, ears, and fingers.
This is where we study all of the fine details that...
We ain't skipping your ass.
Finish him.
We ain't skipping your ass. Miss Sarah Bond, where have you been? Where have you been? We have heard nothing from you. Where are you? Have you came out and cleared up that misleading information you gave us last year, telling us that we should be expecting some hardware last November holiday season? Did you ever come out and clear that up? I don't think you did. Where are you? We don't see you out here. Where are you? Because your boy Phil over there talking about no red lines. But still nobody has asked him the question. So why did you say only 4 games? Why you said when we asked you Starfield and Indiana Jones, you said no? Why? They still haven't asked him that question. But yo ass haven't cleared up what hardware were you referring to when you told us last year that this past holiday season 2024 we would have been expecting new hardware from Xbox, you know, one of the biggest gaming corporations in today's world, like your boy over there, the interviewer said. You still haven't answered that question. Where is it? And if you was in front of my face, I would have asked you right there. So why is it that the report came out that y'all just finished getting past, you know, the pitching stages for your new Xbox hardware? Why is that? Is that true? It is. So then why did you say what you said last year, if it's true? And if it's not true, then where's the damn hardware? Hello? Like, where are you people? Hello? Oh, snap. Let's keep going. Let's see what's going on inside the secret Xbox lab, though. Let's keep going.
that go into making the things that you touch, that you feel, anytime you use our product, work for everybody.
And to ensure product durability,
Our gamers are pretty passionate, and sometimes a controller gets...
How they showing a PlayStation controller in this damn little segment here? This is unbelievable, people. Bro, how are they showing a PlayStation controller when this is an Xbox segment. Bro, if this is my company, I'm telling them, you better not show another platform's a product, period. No game, no control, nothing. Why are they showing a PlayStation control, bro? Yo, this is ridiculous. This is what I'm telling you, bro. You see what I be saying? That these people don't do nothing right. Are you understanding now? Every time I talk about Xbox, they keep proving my point. Time and time again, over and over again. They keep always proving my point. This is a third hour today. This is on the Today Show where they're showing off the secret lab of Xbox, the new hardware, you know, the Xbox Prime or whatever it's going to be called. They're supposed to be giving us the history. We saw, you know, Phil, we see Sarah, and here they are. Here they are, messing up once again, showing off a PlayStation controller in their Xbox segment. Absolutely disgusting, bro. These people don't do nothing right, bro. They don't do anything right as a company. Nothing, bro. Unbelievable.
Ability.
Our gamers are pretty passionate, and sometimes a controller gets dropped.
You mean like thrown?
Everything undergoes a drop test. High-speed cameras analyzing the impacts. At the anechoic chamber, a room so quiet you can hear the movement of dust, every Xbox sound is expertly tuned.
It's not a mistake that the triggers sound like this.
Absolutely not. We tune all those sounds so they sound absolutely perfect. Come up with
Spencer says while competitors focus on hardware, Xbox future is making gaming more accessible on virtually any device.
People play on their iPads, on their PCs, stream to their televisions. So our vision around Xbox is let's make a platform that literally can live on any screen.
Another priority, he says, expanding their biggest gaming brand, Minecraft. It's already the best-selling game in the world.
We want to save this world.
And now it's a feature film opening today.
And that's just the start, really. We've got an animated series in development. We think about theme parks, so we're going to be bringing Minecraft to everybody in different ways around the world.
This was not auto.
Here in their playtest lab, I got a preview of the latest Minecraft game with upgraded graphics and a special avatar made just for me.
Look at me. I'm in Minecraft. They
You are
made
in
me.
Minecraft. This is it. This is where I sit.
Our final stop of the day, Spencer's own office, where he's known to hide Easter eggs of future Xbox products.
Yeah. There might be something that we haven't announced yet.
Is it like, what, am I getting warmer?
You are
here?
getting warmer.
Okay.
And it kind of coincides with a game that we have coming out here pretty soon that I'm really excited about.
And you got to stay tuned for that. We also asked the CEO about rumors of a new handheld device from Xbox. He says that's something that they're interested in, wink, wink. He said they're also using AI technology to help make games easier to navigate and safer for kids while playing. Guys, back to you.
Look at you living out your
You
dreams.
are so smiling, Steve.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. These people were talking about all Xbox, and somehow, some way, a damn PlayStation controller makes it into their segment. I don't know who thought of this. I don't know who let this happen. But these people should be fired. Like, this is, this is unacceptable, bro. I don't care if it was a little snippet. That's not an Xbox controller. That's a PlayStation 4 DualShock controller. Who let that into this segment, bro? This is crazy. They asked him about the handheld. Wink, wink. That's something we're looking into. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is why I can't stand this company. Like, because you know why? It don't matter if the product fails. They have Big Daddy Satya Nadella behind them, the big money, which is Microsoft, behind them. So even if the product fails, it don't even matter, bro. Satya ain't worrying about that. If that product fails, he don't care. As opposed to if they were actually depending on this handheld to be successful, or else the company could be in trouble or something like that, his tone would have been totally different. He would have said it. Oh, yeah, we're working on the next handheld that is going to blow people away. Like, there's a lot of handhelds right now in the market. You know, speak on it. Like, bro, you're in an interview on the Today Show, you know, which is being viewed by a lot of people. This is, you know, big television, right? Commercial. If this was different, he would have been talking like that. Like, yeah, we are looking in with something we're definitely looking into. We want to be able to bring a handheld that's exclusive to Xbox and blah, 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 and do it like this. And, you know, something, bro, to get people hyped up for it and bring up that anticipation to these customers. But no, wink, wink. We're looking into it. Wink, wink. Like, what are you talking? You're not even in a position to be doing no wink, wink, bro. Nobody is buying your bum ass handheld. So you're not even in that position, bro. But he acts like that because he got Big Daddy Satya behind him, backing him up. That's the only reason why Phil Spencer talks the way he talks. That's the only reason. Absolutely disgusting, bro. Unbelievable. They can't even get a segment on the Today Show right. They showing off a PlayStation 4 controller. These people are absolutely disgusting, bro. And it shows you that they don't care. They don't care. It don't matter. They're not doing anything for the gaming industry. That's why I can't stand people that back up this company. They're not doing anything for the gaming industry. Nothing. Whatsoever. Oh, look, everybody, all they talk about Xbox is those back in the day, those beautiful 360 days that they just cannot let go of. It's like me coming up in the 90s, and all I talk about is I can't let go of the 90s. Like, bro, I wish I could go back to the 90s. Like, those were the best times ever, bro. But we can't rewind. Time only goes forward, not backwards. But somehow these Xbox people, they just cannot let go of those 360 days. They just cannot let it go. I'm telling you, bro. That's why they will never move forward. Phil Spencer and them know they got these people just with those 360 memories. That's all they need to bring up every single time. Yeah, like the 360? Yeah, like the 360. You remember? That's all these people talk about, bro. How about today? How about tomorrow? Wink, wink. We working on the new handheld. Wink. It's straight trash. Xbox is straight trash. You understand what I'm saying? How much more clearer I can make that. They straight trash. Avowed comes out, trash. South of Midnight is just the latest game to come out, trash. Just another mid game. Avowed, trash. Stalker 2, we saw what happened with that. Indiana Jones was their best game and nobody talks about it. They prefer to hype up Avowed, which is, you know, nowhere near the level of an Indiana Jones game, right? But since Avowed is Xbox, is, you know, their own IP and things like that, it belongs to the Xbox brand. They rather hype up that game than Indiana Jones, which is a much better game that a lot of people were saying that is their game of the year. But since they don't own the IP, they rather spend the energy on Avowed instead of Indiana Jones. They come out with Hellblade 2, trash. They come out with Starfield, the game of the generation, trash. They come out with Redfall, trash. Microsoft Simulator 24, trash. What else are you gonna come out with next? What is it that you're gonna come out with that's finally gonna tell us Xbox finally got a hit? My goodness. Finally. You can't even put out a damn segment on the Today Show the right way. You can't even do that. You're showing a PlayStation controller. What that tells you, they don't have a team looking at footage. Yo, go review that. Bro, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. These companies have people in place to do all of this. Somebody within Microsoft has a job that is supposed to look at the footage before it's being rolled out into the public and look at the entire footage and say, yo, Satya or Phil, we got a PlayStation controller on our segment. We need to take that out. There's somebody with that job. So this tells me that Microsoft just doesn't care. They don't care. Nobody saw this. Nobody saw this footage before it was being brought to us, to the public. Nobody saw it. I'm telling you, these are little things that you got to look at. These are things that speak to me, right? I'm just letting you know how I'm thinking, how I feel, how I see things. These are little things like this that speak to me in high volume because there's somebody in place that's supposed to be looking at that and telling them, yo, there's a PlayStation control in our segment on the Today Show. Did you see that? Here, look, it's right here. Bang. Make them take that out before we go live. Make sure that controller, make sure that DualShock controller is out of our segment by the time this goes on air. That's somebody's job. You know what they said? We don't care. Don't even look at it. Just roll it. Let's just focus on this guy right here. He don't care. He got nothing to lose. He got Big Daddy Satya behind him. He got Satya. And shout out to my brother. You understand what I'm saying? You understand?
Finish him.
Oh, yes, people. Shout out to my brother, Solid Snake, stepping up in the building. You understand what I'm saying? This is what he does, ladies and gentlemen. What's good with you, my brother? I appreciate you pulling up, bro. Y'all see what this man is about, man. Shout outs to you, my brother. It's been a very quiet Friday evening over here. Shout outs to you. You coming up in here, you understand what I'm saying, like you usually do. Making all that noise. Yes, sir, my brother. He said, what up, Gifted? And shout outs to my brother, Silent Snake, once again, dropping a 20 bomb and dropping another damn 10 bomb. My goodness.
Finish him.
He coming up in here. Don DeMarco style. You feel me? Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate that, bro. Facts. Real talk. You understand? Know how we do things up in here, man. We don't play no games over here, bro. I keep telling people, y'all rocking with the Gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? He said, what up, Gifted, the PlayStation family? What's good, my brother? I had a super busy week getting my workers together. Every time I got done, you just be getting done streaming. Then I jump on AC, but I'm glad to be here. It's all good, my brother. Handle your business, my brother. That's what we got to do out here. Take care of business. Much support my PlayStation. Much support PlayStation is King 100, my brother. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? We dropping another bomb for my brother, Solid Snake. In the building. You understand? I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. We went over a lot of topics already, bro. We're gearing on some PlayStation stuff. We're gearing up for Marathon. All right? We're gearing up for Marathon. Get ready, because it's coming. All right? Next week, we should be getting something. So you best believe we live streaming that. All right? Getting back to this man right here. So I appreciate you, Snake. Real talk. Getting back to this man right here. What happened to my... Oh, no. Okay. I lost track. Sorry. This is absolutely disgusting, bro. These people are out of control, bro. The fact these people have a segment on the Today Show, and they're showing us a PlayStation controller. They showing us a PlayStation controller, bro. I'm telling you. There should be no Xbox fans in today's world. Everybody should have jumped off the ship already. All the excuses, all those lame-ass games they've been coming out with, you know, showing you that they don't care. Looking at this right here, showing you that they don't care. I'm telling you, bro. This is actually happening within Microsoft. They don't care. I'm telling you. There's people with jobs in these corporations. And that, what I'm telling you, is a fact. There's somebody within in every company that its job is to look at this footage before it airs publicly and make sure that everything looks good, everything sounds good, all the footage they're using, it's approved, ready to go. Okay, they can air it on the Today Show. It's good to go, Phil. It's good? All right. There's somebody with that job, bro. And the fact that this PlayStation controller is inside this segment tells me that they don't care. But they got Big Daddy Satya behind them. They got nothing to lose, right? We're gonna move over here, right? Because this happened today. They're celebrating Microsoft's 50th anniversary, right? And this is happening. This is an event happening as we speak. So, you know, the Microsoft CEO interrupted by another employee protester, telling them shame on all of you. So let's see if they put it here.
Well, I think
You're all hypocrites. I'm a Microsoft worker, and I do not consent to 50,000 Palestinians in Gaza have been murdered with Microsoft technology. How dare you? Shame on all of you for celebrating on their blood. High five with Israel. No anger for apartheid.
all right.
Can we drop a bomb for that? Y'all rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in here, man. Facts, you dig? We got the memberships. They pinned at the top of the chat, man. We live in full effect, people. Let's get it. Listen, man. This is crazy, bro. This is at their 50th anniversary, bro. Look at the three big dogs sitting right there, bro. Satya, Bill Gates, and Steve Ballmer. Right there, bro. So the protester that mentioned No Azure for apartheid, the group that coordinated today's protest both inside and outside the venue. It's been long-running movement among some employees at the company, right? They're saying what Gates said. Gates chuckled and said, all right, before returning to the discussion. I think Steve and I almost cared too much, and our life was the company, and Satya has this ability to care as much as we did, but with more of a team, he continued. They showcasing their latest Copilot and AI advancements, but the interruptions definitely shifted the tone at times. Early at the event, another employee named Ibithul Abusad called Microsoft's AI CEO, Mustafa Suleiman, a war profiteer. A larger rally led by the protest group was occurring outside while Microsoft executives were speaking. These are Microsoft employees doing all of this. These are not customers, doing things like this, right? These are people that work within the company protesting against Microsoft, making all these allegations, right? Shortly after Agrawal disrupted Microsoft's three CEOs, sources at the companies tell The Verge that she sent a mass email to employees noting that her last day at the company is April 11th. Here's Argraw email in full. So this is what she had to say, right? Hi all. My name is Vania, and after 1.5 years as a software engineer at this company, I've decided to leave Microsoft. My last day is next Friday, April 11. You may have seen me stand up earlier today to call out Satya during his speech at the Microsoft 50th anniversary. Here's why I decided to leave the company and why I spoke up today, right? We are witnessing a genocide. A year and a half ago, I joined Microsoft, just starting as I started to witness the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people by Israel, which started in 1948. I've seen unspeakable suffering amidst Israel's mass human rights violations, indiscriminate carpet bombings, the targeting of hospitals and schools, and the continuations of an apartheid state, all which have been condoned globally by the UN, ICC, and ICJ, and numerous human rights organizations. And as I write this, Israel has broken the ceasefire and resumed its full-scale genocide in Gaza. Just days ago, it was revealed that Israel killed 15 paramedics and rescue workers in Gaza, executing them one by one before burying them in the sand. Yet another horrific war crime. Meanwhile, our labor powers this genocide, and I cannot, in good conscience, be part of a company that participates in this violence, injustice. Okay? She continues. We are complicit. Like most, I joined Microsoft believing in its mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more, which is what Satya preaches, right? If we all hear Satya, we all hear Bill Gates, we all hear Steve Ballmer, what do? They sound exactly the same. We're here to empower, to better life, to make things easier for the workers. Innovation. Let's do this. More AI. Innovate technology. Make everything life easier. Blah. That's all you hear about coming out of these three CEOs' mouth, right? They all sound the same. But the latest one being Satya. Go listen to how Satya talks, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Man, that sound comes in, and it's just like, whoa, it wakes me up. Shout outs to you, my brother. I appreciate you, Snake. Gifted, my brother. I heard that Xbox games not selling on PlayStation. Yeah, that's gonna kill Xbox quicker. True PlayStation gamers know where their games are trash. Exactly, bro. Yeah. I don't know if I got to speak on that on the live. I'm not sure. But yeah. It was known that some games only had sold like 400,000 copies. Then it kept going down. I know what you're talking about. It had Sea of Thieves, it had Pentiment on there, it had Grounded, and the numbers just were dwindling down. And yeah, man. So it's not how they're making. You see how they're making it seem like, oh, they should be coming to PlayStation because they're doing great. That's how they're making it seem to us. Like, oh, it is a good strategy. But then you look at the numbers and they're actually not doing all that good. When we finally got those sales numbers. So yeah, man. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, my brother. Let's keep going on this, right? But yeah, just go listen to Satya and you'll see how he speaks, right? It's all about empowering people, innovation. Let's make life easier for everybody. AI, technology, this, that, and the third. So that's why she joined Microsoft, because she hears people like that talk. She gets, people get motivated and they want to join that cause. They want to make life easier for people. Be a part of an organization that's empowering people. You know, innovating. A company, especially, you know, like as powerful as Microsoft, right? So let's keep going. I believe in its commitment to respecting and promoting human rights. I believe that Microsoft was dedicated to philanthropy and promoting fundamental rights around the world. But over the past 1.5 years, 1.5 years, I've grown more aware of Microsoft's growing role in the military industrial complex. Recent reports by the AP have exposed Microsoft's critical role in enabling Israel's apartheid regime and the genocide of the Palestinians in Gaza. The article details a $133 million contract between Microsoft and Israel's Ministry of Defense, highlighting how Microsoft's Azure and AI fuel the occupation mass state surveillance and contribute to indiscriminate targeting and bombing of an entire indigenous, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that word right, Palestinian people. Further, leaked documents reveal how Microsoft AI powers the most sensitive and highly classified projects for the Israeli military, including its target bank and the Palestinian population registry. There it is. Microsoft Cloud and AI enable the Israeli military to be more lethal and destructive in Gaza. It is undeniable that Microsoft Azure Cloud offerings and AI developments form the technological backbone of Israel's automated apartheid and genocide systems. Microsoft is so deeply connected to the Israeli military that it was just yesterday designated one of the priority boycott targets of the BDS, Boycott, Divest, Sanctions campaign, bro. Okay? So, it just made it to the boycott targets list. It has now included, you know, Microsoft into the boycott system. So, shout outs to them. All this begs the question, which people are we empowering with our technology? The oppressors enforcing an apartheid regime? The war criminals committing a genocide? Unfortunately, at this point, it's irrefutable that Microsoft is complicit. They're all digital weapons manufacturers that power surveillance, apartheid, and genocide. By working for this company, we are all complicit. Even if we don't work directly in AI or Azure, our labor is tacit support, and our corporate climb only fuels the system. This is why, just before I handed in my resignation, I signed this important petition to demand Microsoft cut ties with genocide, and I urge you all to do the same. And to wrap it up, he says, call to action. As time goes on, I find it more and more difficult to continue giving my time, energy, and care to a company that is on the wrong side of history. Leaving my job at Microsoft has become the obvious choice for me. I see no alternative but to use my last few days at Microsoft to speak up however I can, whether by disrupting Satya's talk or by sending this email today. Microsoft's leadership must divest from Israel and stop selling lethal technology to power apartheid and genocide. I know that leaving Microsoft is not an option for many. If you must continue to work at Microsoft, I urge you to use your position, power, and privilege to hold Microsoft accountable to its own values and mission. Know that Microsoft's human rights statement prohibits retaliation against anyone who raises a human rights related concern. So that's human rights statement / Microsoft CSR. Farewell and free Palestine. Vanilla. So that was the whole email right there. This is crazy news, bro. That's crazy work being done by Microsoft. the whole Azure, AI, that's all Satya talks about. Azure and AI. That's all he talks about. And we just found out that damn, some of y'all gonna have to tell me and remind me that we just found out that a certain product of Microsoft ain't even using Azure yet. That they're still using the older I forgot what they had, bro. It was something like that in an article that I read. And they talk about Azure so much that we're expecting all their products to be using that technology by now. And it was said that there was a specific product that it's still not using that Azure technology yet. They're still on the old tech. But then I don't want to talk about it because I forgot what it was. Maybe one of y'all remember. But just saying all that, it just takes you back to why are you always talking about Azure if you're not even using it? And come to find out, like all this that she's saying here, like, is this the reason? Is this the reason? And you keep mentioning that Azure and AI and this, that, and the third. You go back to the AI in gaming that they just finished bringing out. What's it called? The AI thing to help them develop games. Forgot the name of it. Remember, they're in the beginning, in the beginning stages of that they can only produce games running at like 140p, and it's very early stages of it, and this, that, and the third. And then you look at this email, you see what they're doing out there on the field, and you're gonna sit here. I told you from when I saw that article that there's no way that Microsoft is that far behind in using its AI that thing that they came out with that develops games for them. I forgot the name of it. That their AI system is somewhat that far behind. Like, I never believed it. As soon as I read it, you could go back. I was like, I don't believe that. No way they could be that far behind in AI, bro. There's no way. But they try to make it seem to the public, oh, this is early. This is very early in stages. Don't worry. AI's not going to take over, people's jobs and things like that. Don't worry about it. Stay calm. Look, we can only produce video games at 140p, so we're nowhere near developing a full game built by AI. We're nowhere near it. So, but you see information like this. So once again, they're lying to the people. That's what they're doing. Because you look at this email that she wrote, and it's crazy work. It's unbelievable stuff right here, bro. They're targeting the Palestinian population registry. They out there doing nasty work, bro. You telling me we cross over to the video game space, and you telling me you that far behind in AI technologies to develop a game, but you out there including a target bank and a population for the Palestinian registry? Making contracts worth over $133 million with Israel? Highlighting how Microsoft's Azure and AI fuel the occupation's mass state surveillance and contribute to indiscriminate targeting and bombing of an entire indigenous Palestinian people. You're telling me you're that far behind in the gaming industry? You must be out your damn mind, because you never fooled me from the beginning. When you spoke about that AI technology being so far behind, you never fooled me with that one. I knew you was lying already. Microsoft is crazy, bro. Michael Moradian, what's good, my brother? So, I'm going to leave this article right here. I just had to bring this to your attention because they're in the middle of celebrating their 50th anniversary, right? And the three of them was on stage, and that happened. So I had to bring it. You know, they're Microsoft, they're Xbox, so I had to somehow bring you this news, right? And this was Tom Warren, bro. Chris Welch and Tom Warren was talking about this, so I had to bring it up. I know it's on the more the political side and things like that. I don't do politics here, but I just had to bring that. So, because it ties a lot of things together. They're talking about the Azure. They're talking about AI. You know, Microsoft technology. What they're using their tech for. We're in the tech space somehow, right? This is how they're using their technology. All their focus is out of the gaming world. They don't focus on the Xbox fan base. They don't focus on you. You've been out of their mind. So that's why I keep getting at these content creators that support Xbox for whatever they do. They don't care. They don't see things. They just thinking about their brand, their product, and that's it. When they have done nothing for the gaming industry to try to innovate, bring something new, something fresh, nothing, never. So I just had to bring this to your attention. Such as this guy right here. Right? Such as this guy right here. Let me see if I can bring back a little bit of background music. My bad. I'm chilling, my brother. Hope you're good, bro. So we're moving forward to this article, right? A former Xbox exec throws shades at the Switch 2. Says it's a hard pass. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody that has worked for Xbox, that is working for Xbox, that is thinking about working for Xbox, should be saying anything out their mouth. You could say something about your company, the company that you've worked for, which was Xbox. Talk about your history, what you've done, things like that. Okay. When it's time to talk about another company, you shut your ass up. You don't got nothing to say about any other company, whether it's PlayStation or Nintendo or anything else. I hear it. You're telling me that it's a hard pass? You know what's a hard pass? Your bum ass Series X. You know what's a hard pass? Your bum ass Game Pass. And your bum ass Series S. That's a hard pass. You know what's a hard pass? Avowed. You know what's another hard pass? South of Midnight. You know what's another hard pass? Stalker 2. You know what's another hard pass? Avowed. I said Avowed. Hellblade 2. You know what's another hard pass? Redfall. And you know what the biggest hard pass of them all has been? The game of this generation. Shout outs to the one and only Todd Howard. I mean, Todd, where are you, man? Where you been at, bro? We don't see you out here. I mean, we know you short, but where you at, bro? Get a stool and stand up and talk. Where are you? We don't see you. The game of the generation. We're going to have over, 40 planets to explore. We're going to go up in there, be exploring all these planets, going crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? The game of the generation made by none other than Bethesda. The one and only Todd Howard. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, dang. Fast forward 30 frames per second. Fast forward, there's absolutely no life on these planets. Fast forward, the game is trash. Fast forward, all they think about is, oh, there's a bandage. I can pick that up. Pick it up. I can't stand games like that. That's a hard pass. Especially that trash ass Scattered Space DLC y'all came out with. That's a hard pass. Next. No wonder y'all changed y'all date to come over to PlayStation. Because that damn DLC wasn't going to cut it. With that 56 Metacritic score of that Shattered Space, you know we wasn't going to buy that. You had to pull back. A report came out. You were supposed to then announce Starfield coming to PlayStation. Plans changed due to the fact that that trash-ass Scattered Space DLC came out with a 56 Metacritic. You had to pull back. Push the red button. Cancel. Come back. Shout out to my brother Solid Snake dropping another 2 up in here. You dig? Appreciate you, my brother. Facts. They want that Game Pass money is all. Facts. Facts, bro. Todd Howard the GOAT. Todd Howard the GOAT. Yo, Todd, where you at, bro? Where you at, my brother? I'm out here, bro. Unbelievable. These people make me sick, bro. So, this is Mike Ibarra, right? This is what he had to say. $80 games, as well as the game chat feature for Cyberpunk 2077's reported 40 frame per second performance and even Zelda's 2000 like graphics. And this is what he had to say. Hard pass for me on the Switch too. Right. As somebody asked him, as someone who agrees, why the strong stance, Mike? I basically play Mario and Zelda on it. Switch 2 will cost more, same low frames, $80 games, etc. I'll stick with PC and skip Mario and Zelda for a while. Here's what he had to say. You notice he don't say PlayStation. You know, you're supposed to be former. Okay? Former. You don't work for the company no more. You're retired, right? Doing other things. You see Yoshi. Yoshi's out here talking the talk. He letting everything flow. You could ask Yoshi about Xbox, what he thinks about Xbox, what he thinks about Nintendo. He out here flowing. These people that work for Microsoft and that's what I'm saying, and work for Xbox, they have this tie up to that company. They just can't let go, bro. I'm talking about I'll stick with PC. $500 for Game Chat in 2025. Let's go. Where's Xbox's game at though? Why he don't talk about that? It looks like a game from the 2000s. He's talking about the Tears of the Kingdom. So yeah, definitely a strong stance, as one commenter mentioned. Ibarra also noted at another reply that based on his experience, although the Switch 2 appears to reach 1080p 60 frames in handheld, 4K 60 while it's docked, people should never believe frames in the marketing material until third-party folks test it and publish results in games. This guy right here is unbelievable. Of course, he's not saying he'll never get one in the future. Who cares? I don't care. Anyways, Nintendo owns the Switch. Their first-party titles are gonna use the hardware the best. That's why first-party titles exist. That's why exclusivity matters. And exclusivity exists. This is why. So what he's talking about right here, until third-party folks test it, no, sir. No. You telling me you're gonna depend on a third party to test out your system, to tell the people how it really runs? We don't know what type of time that third party developer is on. We don't know that. But what we should know and expect is that specific first party title developer to know what he's doing and utilize that hardware to the best of its ability. That's what we should be taking note of. So when you see PlayStation first-party titles game comes out, you see how they use that hardware. That's why games on PlayStation first-party titles are so, well made and beloved by everybody. It's because of the quality that they come out in. So if PlayStation is selling us a console and they're talking about frames, do not depend on a third party to tell you if those frames are real or not, to make you decide on purchasing the PlayStation. You decide on the first party. Go look at Naughty Dog, look at Insomniac, and the rest of the crew. Now you make your decision. Go look at Kojima. Now you make your decision. You like what you see, right? This is why we want you to buy it. It's for that. Not for them third-party games that your man right here talking about. This guy has no clue what he's talking about. Well, he does. But you know what he's doing? He's backing up his former company, which is Xbox. An agenda. I just broke his code right there. Just broke his code right there. But these people be out here thinking they fooling. Like, you're not fooling nobody, bro. What you should be focusing on, getting Phil on the phone and telling his ass to come up with a damn good game for once. That's what you need to be doing. Not out here talking about the Switch 2. Nintendo has their own problems they need to worry about. But that's besides the point. Nintendo carries itself with its characters. Its characters carry the brand. They don't need you to be up in here talking about it look like 2000s. Box games out here running 30 frames per second, sir. I don't know if you've heard. Okay, sir? But your bum-ass Xbox games been coming out here in the year 2024, such as Hellblade 2, coming in at 30 frames per second, sir. How about you talk about that? How about you go in the lab and go call Phil and Satya and tell them to resolve that issue before you come up in here running your damn mouth. Absolutely disgusting. Unbelievable. Coming up in here hard pass. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But he knows that his name is big. He has a following. So whatever he says is going to be out there and it's going to make news. So he's like, oh, let me put this out there. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Unbelievable, bro. Doom is gonna be trash? Yo. I hope it's not trash, bro. Because I don't see Doom as an Xbox game. Just the same way I don't see, Perfect Dark as an Xbox game. Like, we grew up on those games. Now, just because they're under the Xbox umbrella, people want to say, oh, that's an Xbox game. Like, bro, that's not an Xbox game, bro. So I hope Doom is not bad, bro. I hope Doom is good. But they are under Microsoft. That's everything that I always say about these games. Especially the latest being Call of Duty. You are now under Microsoft umbrella. It is what it is, bro. And we've already seen the quality going down. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yup. Yeah, he just mad because he knows his shit is trash. Nobody wants an Xbox. Facts. Nobody even talking about their games. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bro, South of Midnight just dropped. Where everybody at? No promotion. Just like Avowed. Remember Avowed? Leading up to the release, nobody was talking about it. There was no promo, no nothing going on. So, nobody cares, bro. They've been over there too long on Microsoft. They have had too much input. Facts. I'm with, look, Guru. I'm with you. Like, I know, bro. They're under the Microsoft umbrella, unfortunately. I'm just saying that me personally, I hope that Doom is not bad. I just hope that somehow, you know, they make this game a smash, bro. But my hope, I'm not saying like my hopes are up there. Like, nah, it's gonna be crazy. Like, nah, nah. We gotta wait and see until when it comes out. We gotta wait and see, bro. You know? I spoke to y'all about this. PS5, this is another thing I've been talking to y'all about, right? Another thing I've been talking to you about. Okay. Another thing I've been talking to you about is this, right? PS5 players not seeing the Switch 2 as they see the Switch 2 as a secondary console, not direct competition. Exactly what I've been saying about this whole entire time. Remember that. Don't see the Switch as your primary console, because for most of us it is not. Especially that y'all that are here with me, I know this. I know that the primary console for you is PlayStation. Maybe some of y'all PC, but it is not the Nintendo. It's always going to be that secondary console, right? That's always what it's going to be, and it's been like that since the beginning, since PlayStation came out. Remember, Sean Layden said it, that this is something that was normal in every household. You will have a PlayStation, and then you will have the Nintendo sitting right next to it. It's been like this since the beginning, bro. So, this is what I've been saying. Look at it like that. If you could afford the Switch and you want to go for it, you have the money, you saved up for it, you know, then go for it. If you don't have it, don't stress it. Don't buy it yet. Because I'm pretty sure you already have a main console or system that you play on. So this is not really, you know, necessary for you, and that you need it as soon as it comes out. It's okay. Take your time. It's going to be there. It's not going to be sold out. It's going to be there. Take your time. You know, if you feel like right now is not the time to buy it, everything that's going on with the tariffs and all that, just wait. Just wait. It's not like you're sitting at home with nothing to play on, no PlayStation, nothing, and this was actually the one console that you was looking forward to buying, and now you're stuck. That's not your situation, and I'm pretty sure that's not many people's situation. Everybody almost damn near has their main. So just, if you don't need it right now, take a back seat, relax, and just wait it out. Keep gaming. There's a lot of games coming out, a lot of things happening in the gaming industry. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, this is why I don't see Nintendo as a direct competitor to PlayStation. They target two separate audiences, two different type of people, of gamers we're talking about here. You know, even people that don't play games, because a lot of people that own PlayStations, they're not really necessarily hardcore gamers, right? Like the majority of people play like 15 hours a week of gameplay. Like all people really do is play these Call of Duty games, if we honestly speaking, right? Coming home from work, get a couple rounds in of Call of Duty or Marvel Rival or whatever free-to-play game they're playing, 2K, NBA, whatever, and keep it moving. You know? So it's a different type of audience that they're targeting. So this is why I'm taking the Switch 2 when it came out, the direct, and I'm just comparing it to the original Switch. It's just because it's just the right thing to do. I will never compare Nintendo to a PlayStation. You already know what my answer is gonna be. Of course, it's nowhere near on the level of a PlayStation, and it will never be that because that's not their audience. And their CEO came out recently and said it, that we don't follow the pack. We take our own road. We don't do AI cutting edge technology, blah, blah, blah. We don't do that. He said it himself. So expect that. He knows his audience. He has a whole Super Mario world that you can visit with your kids and go into these, tunnels and visit the castle and see Bowser. Like, bro, it's a totally different audience. And the fact what I said in that video, the fact that nobody ever really mentioned Nintendo in this whole console space, they always threw them to the side. Nintendo makes his own money. They do their own thing. They in their own lane. Don't talk about Nintendo because you don't want no beef with Nintendo. They sell games out of thin paper. Like, you can't mess with Nintendo. That was always the talk. And I was always like, why? What are you talking about? Nobody's even talking about sales. We're talking about technology. We're talking about the games. Is it up to date? Like, what's up with Nintendo? And now all of a sudden, the Switch 2 comes out, and now all of a sudden, everybody's trying to compare it to the PlayStation. Why in the world is that happening? When the previous one, nobody was doing that. You see how Digital Foundry comes out with the comparisons to the PlayStation, the Series X, the Series S, the PS5 Pro. Nintendo should have been in those comparisons, right? Let's say like a game like Mortal Kombat, right? Why wasn't Nintendo in one of those screenshots? You will have your PlayStation 5 mode, version, Series X, Series S, Nintendo Switch version. Why isn't Nintendo on that Digital Foundry review, technical review, when they were talking about, let's say, a Mortal Kombat, a third-party game that's across all platforms, right? Why isn't Nintendo included in that technical review? Why not? Right? I was always asking these type of questions. What's up with Nintendo, bro? They're part of the big three. Everybody directed me straight into sales. Oh, why? Because of sales. Look at Animal Crossing. Look at Mario Kart Deluxe. Look at Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Look how many Switch consoles they sold. Look how many this sold and that. And I was like, I'm not talking about sales though. Fast forward, now everybody want to start comparing the Switch to the PlayStation. I'm telling you, bro, this is what's happening. I'm telling you. Like, no, if that wasn't the case with the Switch 1, don't make it the case with the Switch 2. They upgraded their hardware. It's much better than the original. A whole lot better, right? Leave it at that. Are the games going to look better? Are they going to run better? Do they have more storage? Did they add more features to it? In handheld mode, is it going to run 60 frames? On the go, in handheld, while you're away from your home? Everything. They updated everything. That's it. I'm judging it by its predecessor. Is it better than that one? Absolutely 100% is better than the original Nintendo Switch. Therefore, that's a plus. Thank you. Because y'all was the one that was saying up in here, don't talk about Nintendo. All right, so we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. But now all of a sudden, y'all want to talk about it. I kept saying, PlayStation. Oh, don't bring PlayStation next to Nintendo. You know Nintendo gonna whoop their ass. What you mean whoop their ass? Well, you see how much they sold? That's all you heard. Money, money, money talk. Money talk. It's just facts, bro. It's just the facts. That's all it is. It's just facts. Yeah, you're not getting 4K ray tracing, this, that, and on the Switch, but that's not what the Switch is for. That's what I keep telling people. That's not what it's for. You're not buying a Switch just like what you see here. Take it like that. You're buying a Switch as your secondary console to play, the new Zelda game, the new Mario Party, Jamboree, with your family, Super Smash Brothers, Pokemon, what you call it? Animal Crossing, Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion, you know, probably the new Wario game comes out. They start bringing Waluigi back in the mix. For things like that, bro. That's why we buy the Switch. Not to be up in here comparing it to the big daddy of them all, the PlayStation. We're talking leaps and bounds over a Nintendo console, bro, when you're talking about PlayStation. This is next generation gaming we're talking about. This is high quality shit we're talking about when we're talking about PlayStation. So I don't mean, personally, I don't compare it to a PlayStation. I compare it to its predecessor. Is it better? 100%. I want to have both. A PlayStation right here and a Switch right here. So I'll be able to get my fix when it comes to that new Mario 3D game, that new Zelda game, Donkey Kong game, which I want to have, things like that. I'll be able to have it. I could take it on the go with me. If we go on a little trip, hopefully I'm planning on getting my Portal as well. So I'm going to have my Portal right here where I could play my PlayStation games. Or if I want to play, the new Zelda game is out at that moment and I want to be playing Zelda, I could bring on my Switch. Whoop. We got the new Zelda right here running 60 frames, 1080p, LCD screen, HDR, 60 frames on the handheld. We outside. That's all it is. That's it. It's not a competition. The competition is that bum-ass Xbox. That's my competition right there. And these people want to start bringing in PC into the mix. I don't want to make a competition because PC is not a console. But that's how good the PlayStation is. It's that good that you need to start comparing it up against a PC. That's how good the console is, bro. Unbelievable. And like with the pricing thing, Guru, that's Nintendo's issue. They got to deal with that. If they somehow flop because of that, they got to deal with that. If that company was to go, bankrupt or whatever, we're not going to care. We don't own that company. We're not shareholders up in there. We're not presidents of the company. That's something Nintendo got to deal with. Y'all decided to price it at $500 or $550 and sell your games at $80. Y'all got to deal with that. That's on you. Nobody told y'all to market it like that. But they have a right to market their product as they see it, as they wish, and they feel like they're going to make profit off of it, then go ahead, do it. And the results are going to be what the results are going to be. The people are going to speak, and they're going to let it be known. Whether they like it, whether they down with it, or they're not down with it. And whatever the result is, Nintendo's going to have to deal with it and live with that. That's all. That's all, bro. Yeah. And it's like, just get a PlayStation, right? But it's like I'm saying, these are two different type of, when you're going for like if you don't have no console at all, and you're going to a store and people are saying just get a PlayStation, that customer has to make a decision and do a little bit of research. When you go into buying a system and you don't have nothing, you got to decide. When you're on Nintendo, you're going to get those Mario games, what they're known for. But don't expect these third-party games that you're getting, like Cyberpunk and Hogwarts Legacy and all of them, to be running as good as you're going to see it on PlayStation. You better not be thinking that, because it's not happening. You're simply getting a Switch just for the iconic characters that they have, and that's that. If you're okay with missing out on those iconic characters and want the best in gaming, then the number one option, of course, got to be PlayStation. But it's all up to the consumer what type of game you're trying to play. You know, what type of gamer are you? You might just want to play Fortnite or things like that. You could play that on the Switch. You know, and have your Mario games when it comes out and things like that. It all depends. But always, bro, if you want the best in gaming, the PlayStation 5 is the number one option, and it is the way to go. Especially if you could afford the PlayStation 5 Pro. Shout out to the one and only Mark Cerny, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Let me see what some of y'all saying. Nintendo games sell to every Nintendo owner. Yeah. But they got nothing else to play on it. And nobody buys them for any other reason. Exactly, Sotness. That's my whole point. Nobody buys a Switch for any other reason. So that whole third-party thing that they got going on and this, like, and the third, they're speaking to their customers. So the customers might have spoken out and said they want more third-party support. Okay, so we're gonna give you that. Here you go. We're not telling you that. Don't expect Cyberpunk and all these games to be coming up in here playing like you see on a PlayStation. But the option is there. You're a Nintendo guy. You want third-party support? The option is there for you. Here, it's on the shop. Go buy it. Okay? Go buy it. Cyberpunk is there. Here. Don't complain. That is looking ugly and running bad. We just did what y'all told us. Y'all wanted third-party support? Here you go. Because we all know why y'all come to Nintendo for. You want that third party? Go to PlayStation. They got the type of hardware to handle all that. We don't. We do what we do over here. It's not like PlayStation where they're competing with the whole industry and attracting gamers with all different tastes and interests. PlayStation is number one, bro. That's why I keep saying PlayStation attracts everybody. Even if you're not even a hardcore gamer, you just need a console in your house, you're getting a PlayStation. It's just the default option nowadays. It's the default, a PlayStation. You need a console? PlayStation. PlayStation, right here. $399. $399. $399 for PlayStation. Damn. Yep, $399. And it come with a bundle. Astrobot is included. You want it? You know the game of the year? Oh, that little guy, little robot. Yeah, the game of the year. You may get it won over 112 game of the year nominees, making it the greatest awarded platformer in the history, beating out the one and only Mr. Mario, coming straight out of Brooklyn. Shout outs to Mario. Oh, it did? Yeah, it did. $399. You want it? Here you go. You know, Death Stranding 2 about to come out too, right? You know that? Oh, it is? Who that? That Kojima, the one that made Metal Gear. Oh, where? That nigga? Yeah, $399. You want it? I'm just saying that's the reason for the comparisons when we know they should be on their own thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I graded the Switch 2 the way I did. Is because, you know, it's his own thing, bro. It's not competition to PlayStation. And it never was. You know, it really never was. I'm just always getting at Nintendo because why nobody includes it into the console war or arguments that we have in the gaming community. Nobody includes Nintendo. And when you do, it's all about sales. That's all people could talk about. So that's why I don't want them to bring that now into this conversation. It's not fair, bro. Like, keep the same energy. You kept that energy with the Switch 1. Well, guess what? Keep it with the Switch 2. Don't bring that up in here. Y'all said it don't belong in this conversation, so leave it outside of the conversation. Let's keep focused on PlayStation, PC, since y'all want to bring that up in the conversation, and that bum-ass new Xbox that should be coming in about 2 or 3 years down the line. Let's focus on that. So, yeah, Snake, the only competition is PC, and they're not a console, so there's not even competition there. The games cross over there after 1 year, 1.5 years or so. They're putting their games there, so they don't see it as competition. You don't see PlayStation putting games on Xbox. Why? Because that's their competition. That's who they, for sure, don't want their product landing on, is an Xbox. For sure. That's what tells you how the company sees things. They don't see Nintendo as competition. Why? We saw Lego Horizons go over there. Day and date. No exclusivity deal. Day and date. Lego Horizon Switch. They just giving them a little taste. I know they thinking about Astrobot. When the Switch 2 comes out, could that be a topic of conversation that's going to be brought up? I think so. Astrobot on the Switch 2, they promote that thing good, it could do numbers. But let's see. But all their big IPs are on PC, meaning they don't see PC as competition. And they said it time and time again. It is not our competitor. We're trying to attract those gamers to buy a PlayStation. They keep saying it, and people just keep ignoring it. It's not competition. That's why you see our games there. That's why you don't see our games on that bum-ass Xbox that's over there. That's why you don't see it. It's because that's my competition. You don't see my games over there, do you? No? Okay. That should tell you everything. You see them on PC? Yeah? Okay. That should tell you everything. You see one going over to Switch? Yeah? Okay. That should tell you. And there's more to come. That's not going to be the only game. And don't let people going to start saying marathons going to Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Or it's a PlayStation game. That's already been established. So we're not even trying to hear all that when it comes to marathon. We're not trying to hear that. That's been established since Sony brought them in-house. It was already established. It's not a new thing. It didn't just happen. We've been knew about that. So don't let that topic of conversation come up, because it's going to come up. The only competition, yeah, okay. Last 10 ports, yeah, yep. Seeing Cyberpunk and Hitman running is neat, but third-party exclusives actually made for it will be a better look, because they won't just be the worst version of multiplayer. Exactly, like that From Software game. That's only for the Switch 2, exclusively for Switch 2. That From Software. Let's take a look at that trailer real quick. Hold up. Let's take a look at that From Software trailer real quick. Hold on. Let's see real quick, right? I want to take a look at this thing. What's it called? Blood something, right? Nintendo. Let's just put it inside. Games. Oh, and I wanted to show y'all, because they was at the event, right? And shout out to Marcus Brownlee, man. One of the GOATs. He was in there. He broke it down very, very good, bro. I don't know if y'all interested in seeing what he had to say, but he was at the New York event. He broke it down very good, bro. The Dusk Bloods right here. Let's pause this. Okay, let me bring myself lower. Let's take a look at this, right? And let me know. Okay. Okay.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel, and transport him to a night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
Let's see how it looks on the gameplay, right? How that look? How that look right there? Bad to me. I look like, okay, we on Switch, right? It's a Switch exclusive. How that look right there? That look pretty good to me, right? Let's keep going. That looked like a Switch. That looks like a Switch right there. So what you saying? Ghost of Tsushima might be on the Switch too? Nah, because they know that's not the type of audience for a Ghost of Tsushima game. You know? It's not, chances are Tsushima is not gonna sell all that good on a Switch. So I don't see that happening. I see more of the kiddie games. Well, that's a big question, bro. Astrobot, it's a huge question, bro. This train right here looking like a Switch. But it's running good. Look. Look. It's looking good and it's running good. How that look? How that look? It looks open world. You can see over there into, you know, far up ahead. You can see what's going on out there. It's, you already know, it's a Switch. You see them damn crows looking straight garbage, but it is what it is, right? It looks decent enough. Let's see, right? Definitely looks like a Switch.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
It's running good. Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So this is a game that we got to keep a close eye on when it comes out, because this is an exclusive third party made only for the Switch 2, right? That's going to be one of the biggest tests, right? Is how good is that game going to be? Knowing that it's a third party exclusive for the Switch 2. How did they utilize that hardware? How is the game looking and running? We are going to find out in 2026. We're going to find out. So, and you can only play it on the Switch 2. You know? Yeah, if you get a Switch, you definitely buying this game. And like you said, it does look like a goofier in tone of Souls game. Yeah, it looks like a tone, like a lower tier Souls-like type of game. It looks like it and it feels like it, bro. You could tell right away. It don't look as good. It's not going to be, running as good. The story's not going to be as good. The gameplay, the lore, everything. It looks like a lower tier Souls-like game. But it's from software and it's only available on the Switch 2. So a lot of people are going to try and play this game, right? Just because of the fact, bro. But it's exclusively to the Switch, and it's like you were saying, the third-party exclusives that were actually made for it will have a better look because it's just made for the Switch 2. Now, we're not talking about like your Mortal Kombats that is made for everybody and things like that. So it is what it is, right? But yeah, I wanted to show y'all that. Well, that's it, man. That's basically what I have for y'all today. All the topics and things like that. That's what I have for y'all today, man. Facts. That's what I have for y'all today, man. Facts. The Donkey Kong game looks fire, bro. I want to Switch 2 just for that, bro. But yeah, man, bro, Nintendo is Nintendo, bro. If y'all didn't want to bring Nintendo into the conversation back then, don't bring it in now. Only because they upgraded their hardware. Don't bring it in now. Leave it where it's at. Y'all said it don't matter. It's its own thing. Let it be its own thing. Is it better than the Switch 1? That should be the question you asking yourself for the Switch. Is it better than the first one? And the answer to that is 100% yes. Now, are you down with the price? With the price of the games? That's a whole totally different conversation that we could have, but you're ultimately going to end up being the one who decides that. It's your money. You vote with your wallet. You let it be known as the customer. Are you okay with it or not? If you're not, then don't get it. If you are, then get it. It's like I was telling y'all earlier. If it was already rumored to be $4.99 and you had saved up your money to purchase the new Switch and it comes out $4.99, what you was expecting, you're like, oh, or $4.50, right? $4.50 for the base. The $4.99 is the what you call it, the bundle. So if it was already known, and now let's say the tariffs come into play, this, that, and the third, and it's no longer $4.50. It's gonna be $500 because of the tariffs and things like that. You already had saved up $400. You telling me by the time June 5th comes out, you can't save up a little bit of $50 more to get it? You was already aiming for it. You already had saved up the money. But now because it's $4.50 instead of $400, you're gonna say no because you're trying to send a message or something. I don't know. You're not okay with the price. That's gonna be totally up to you. Me, I'm telling you how I think. If I'm in that position, I'm saying, okay, I got another 2 months to save up another $50. I'm getting that Switch. I'm going to save up another $50. It gives me more time. I could probably save up a little bit more, try to get me another game or another control. I'll probably get the Pro controller with it, things like that. You know, that's just how I think, though, you know? But ultimately, you know, you're going to make the decision for yourself, and that's it. And that's it, bro. Yeah, it's a multiplayer too, bro. Yeah, because he came out recently also. Somehow people were thinking already that From Software was gonna shift their games to be multiplayer focused now. Just because this game is a multiplayer game. And he had to come out and shut that down. That's crazy work. He had to come out and say, listen, man, we're not switching to multiplayer. Relax. This is just something we did for the Nintendo Switch. We still going to be focusing on our single player games. Hopefully it's a good time, Sotness. Hopefully that game is a good time. And people get to enjoy it. And if I get a Switch, I'm definitely gonna get it. You know? I'm definitely gonna get it if I get a Switch. You know? Oh, my bad. I'm definitely gonna get it if I get a Switch. The Boys That Salty, though, it was going to compete graphically with the PS5 and have an OLED. Nah, I think that's why you're hearing so much hate. Okay, yeah, and those people are absolutely wrong for that, because they weren't talking like this in the past with the original Switch. Even when the Switch 2 coming out, the rumors have been come out already that it was gonna be something near the PS4 Pro, right? So you already know that it's not gonna be nowhere near PlayStation 5 graphics and things like that. So why try to come out here like try to be on this fake? Oh, Nintendo's not on PlayStation level. Like, bro, you don't gotta tell me that. You don't gotta tell me that Nintendo's not on PlayStation level. I already know that, and I already knew that. All I wanted from Nintendo was to bring those games up to date, come up with a better hardware. We are living in 2025. 4K is everywhere, all around us. Why are you not giving us 4K gaming? Hello? And they did that. They said, okay, 4K 60 at that. 1080p 120. HDR. 1080p on a handheld, not 720 anymore. We're 1080. We bumped up LCD, HDR, 60 frames in the handheld. 4K docked, 60. 1080p, 120. The decision is yours. But with Nintendo graphics, they still keeping that, they're sticking to their core, right? What they're known for. They can't just switch up their entire life, what they've been known for since the beginning, right, of time, and all of a sudden say, okay, we're giving y'all 4K, Unreal Engine 5, you're gonna see Zelda in UE5 graphics, and Mario, and that's changing. You're changing your entire demographic at that point. So that I was never expecting that. I just wanted 4K. Keep the same graphics, keep your same, art style in these games that you're known for. Of course, that's your bread and butter. These are the iconic characters that we know. Keep that, but bring it up to 4K, bro. Please. 60. And they did that, bro. They did that. They did it. This looks good, bro. Look at that. That looks good to me, bro. That looks a lot better to me, bro. The Nintendo upgrade servers and got good online now. They didn't speak. I don't think they spoke on that. There's gonna be more information though coming out soon. I don't know if they set a date, but they did say that they were gonna keep on like bringing out like more news about the Switch. Maybe remember they're in New York. They're wrapping up after this weekend. Their next event is in LA. Maybe we bring out, maybe they ask them more questions in LA and more information comes out. And then they have a third showcase. I don't know where I believe the third one is in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to be their final tour, right? Maybe more information comes out there. I grew up on Nintendo, but I've mained PlayStation ever since PlayStation 1 and haven't bothered with Nintendo since like GBA, really. No hate, I just see anti-PlayStation haters getting their karma right now. Yeah, that's something that I said, Satnus, earlier. I don't know if you was here, but I said it. Nintendo has been getting away with all this, and mainly due to the fact that a lot of these big media outlets, content creators, everything in between, the gamers, the fanboys, they've never called out Nintendo. I don't gotta get into that. I kept saying, why not? And they let Nintendo get away with everything. Like Mario, like these games do not go on sale, bro, ever. So they let Nintendo get away with it. Yo, don't talk about Nintendo. Nah, what are you gonna say about Nintendo? How many PlayStation sold? How many God of War sold? All right, compare that to Breath of the Wild. How many Breath of the Wild sold? So what you think? So like people always go to say, like, bro, this is not about the sales when I'm talking about Nintendo. This is about performance, the greed, the level of quality in their hardware, their software, everything all around. Nintendo has been outdated and has been in the rear view mirror this entire time. And nobody ever spoke on it. They got away with it. So what they're gonna do as a company? They're gonna be greedy, and stay right there. Oh, nobody's talking about it. Keep that game at 60. Mario Kart 8 has been out for over 10 years, and I can't even tell you the time that it's been on sale. And if it has been, it's probably like $10 off for like a week. And right there, boop, back up. But they don't even promote stuff, so you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even catch a sale if they ever was to have a sale. So you wouldn't even know. You would have to like be consistently in the store looking to see what's on sale. So they've been getting away with this, and like I said, their target are families. So they're pushing this on the families. Like, nope, you could never have a sale on your game. You put that with PlayStation, where their target is us. We're always getting sales. That, if I was to think about a tactic like that, I would think PlayStation will do that, because they know their audience is us. So maybe they will get away more doing that with us, instead of Nintendo getting away with that with families who buy the games for their kids. So like I said earlier, like I don't believe in that whole karma stuff, this, that, but you get what you put into life, that's what you get out. You've been getting away with this for all these years. Maybe it's your turn. Maybe it's time. Listen, you've been doing this for quite some time. It's your time to pay. There you go. Here's the tariffs. They messed up everybody with those $80 games, $90 physical. Is the price too high? $450, $500. Maybe it's time for Nintendo to learn their lesson. yeah, maybe it's time for them to learn their lesson. I really don't see no difference in the switches. A lot of people don't. Like if, honestly, right here, you can't really tell. Yes, of course, on the left, it looks sharper. The colors look a lot better on the left. The rain looks better. Of course, right? It looks better, yes. But is it a huge jump? I don't think so. And if you saw earlier when he was on that cliff, it didn't look that different either. But it's a jump. You can see it. You can see it, right? You see it right there. It's a jump. You can look at things a whole lot clearer now. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, PS4 Pro was fire, bro. I loved my PS4 Pro, bro. Wasn't even ready to move up to the PS5, to be honest. I was still enjoying my PS4 Pro. But, you know, I did it because it's the PS5. It's next generation gaming. You know? So I moved up. But I wasn't, it's not like I was done with it. Like, oh, like, nah. PS4 Pro was fire. I got you. Yeah, I was listening. That's what it is. Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. So you heard me then. Yeah, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a Nintendo's turn, you know, to suffer and pay up. We shall see. You know, we shall see. Listen, man. What goes up must come down. You could be up for a very long time. I'm not saying you come down right away. But eventually, your ass is going to have to come back down. Get back to the basics. But these people out here, they don't want to talk, bro. It's just whatever. Everything was always Nintendo sales, sales and sales. Never about games, innovation, you know, the quality of their hardware, up to date. It was never about none of that. And even if it was, after the fact that you hear them talk, oh, but it doesn't matter because they're gonna sell anyway. That's not the point, bro. Like, stop saying that. That's not the point of the conversation. Where they at as far as innovating, you know, helping out the gaming community to make it better. Like, where they at? Look, that looked a lot better, bro. That right there looks a lot better, bro. Looks a lot better, bro. Look at that. This is Tears of the Kingdom. Look at that, bro. That looks good to me. Remember, we running 4K 60 now. I want to get me a Switch too, bro. I want to get me a Switch and I want to get me a Portal. You know? So when I'm out, I want to be able to take both of them, you know? I want to be able to take both of them. Let's see. We almost done, people. We almost done. But yeah, PS4 Pro was fire. Oh, I wanted to show y'all Marcus Brownlee. That's what I wanted to show y'all. Because he spoke about the, he went to the New York event, bro. I'm tight, bro. I didn't know about it. I would have known. I would have been there, bro. I would have been there, bro. Oh, there he is.
Yo, I'm KBHD here. Welcome to your first look and hands-on with the Nintendo Switch 2. And this is everything you need to know. It's obviously one of the hottest and most anticipated new consoles in a long time. So when Nintendo invited me to this little hands-on in New York City with a few other YouTubers, obviously, I said yes. So the first Switch, I don't know if you remember, came out in 2017. So naturally, almost a decade later, there's a bunch of stuff that people, including myself, a mere casual, have been waiting for this to be updated. And spoiler alert, they basically, I think, hit every single one of those things, but there is one big asterisk kind of overhanging all of it. So general form factor wise, this shape, very familiar. It looks like a Switch. Like you've probably already seen the images online, but it is noticeably bigger. So it's the same thickness as the first generation, but it feels thinner because everything's kind of spread out more. It's bigger. The body's bigger, the Joy-Cons are bigger, and it's mostly driven by this big new screen. So it's now a 7.9-inch display up front, up from 6.2. And this is still an LCD, but it's now a 1080p variable refresh rate LCD that gets up to 120 hertz. And it just looks so much better than the original Switch. It looks plenty bright to me too. It supports HDR as well. Notably, it's not an OLED though, so it doesn't have the perfectly inky blacks or the battery life advantages that come with an OLED. I do kind of think that we're eventually also going to see a Switch 2 OLED. I think that makes sense. It'll probably be in a few years. There's probably also going to be a Switch 2 Lite in a few years as well.
Of course.
Doesn't mean you have to wait for those. It's just something to keep in mind in the back of your head. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the variable refresh rate up to 120 hertz. Every game they're showing here takes advantage of it. You know how iPhone defenders always love to say, oh, you know, people can't tell the difference between 60 and 120 hertz. It's no big deal. But, you know, high refresh rate and gaming go hand in hand. So I think a lot of people will appreciate the smoother games and potentially also the smoother UI that comes with it. So the screen.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? You see? That's the same type of talk with these PC gamers. 1080p. Oh, we don't need 4K. We don't need 4K until they experience 4K. And they're like, oh. You know, 120 refresh rate on the handheld. Like, he's playing it and he's telling you what he's noticing. How he feels the game. He's feeling the game out. The 1080p, you know, LCD screen, HDR. He's experiencing it. Let's keep going.
Screen is the biggest improvement. Now, there are some other, you know, nice quality of life improvements here, like the full width kickstand that lets you prop it up at a pretty wide variety of angles, including almost all the way down, similar to the Switch OLED. But they added another port up to the top as well. And that makes it easier to charge while the console's kind of sitting on a table or something, since that was a pain before. And it's also perfect for the additional USB Type-C accessories, which I'll get to in a second. But I think the other obvious biggest upgrade is the new Joy-Cons. So many things are better about these new Joy-Cons. First of all, they are bigger, like everything else, which ergonomically is very welcome. The left and right sticks are larger too. There's a new C button down here for game chat, which I will also get to in a second. And then they connect to the main console with magnets in a really satisfying way. They basically just slap right onto the side and line up automatically. No slide necessary. love a good magnet. You get them off by holding this release button here, which is literally just a lever that pushes the Joy-Con off the side of the Switch. And I think it's really nicely calibrated. If you just touch the release button but don't pull, the Joy-Con actually pushes off but then snaps right back on because the magnet is so strong. But if you release and pull, then it just pops off really easily. And then you can snap it back on whenever you want with a nice click. Now, the neat thing is, most of the Joy-Con is still made of plastic to be lightweight, but at the top here, these SR and SL buttons, first of all, they are way bigger than last gen, but they're also actually made of the metal that the magnets in the console are attracted to. They're steel buttons. So that's why the connection between the Joy-Cons and the Switch are so strong. It's that metal right there. My only worry here is actually just durability. So you can see when you pull that Joy-Con off, you can see these pins on the Switch. And I kind of wonder how many little kids are going to bend those pins. Like, there is a tiny bit of wiggle actually built in to hopefully make it not snap too easily. But yeah, there's no way to tell until they start shipping these to real people and we start seeing the stories rolling in, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. Oh, and there's also stronger feeling haptics. They're called HD Rumble 2. The Rumble Pack is directly attached to the plastic in the back of the Joy-Cons. They feel nice and strong, a little bit more precise too, so that's really nice. And then lastly, each Joy-Con can also be used as a mouse in supporting games. I did not see this one coming. It's kind of interesting idea, but basically there's a small optical sensor on the side of the Joy-Con. So if you turn that Joy-Con horizontally and place that sensor down on a table, you can move it around like a mouse, even rotate it, and that acts as yet another input method that apparently certain games will work pretty well with. I was doing this demo of a wheelchair basketball game, and so it ended up being pretty intuitive. You kind of hold the triggers and push forward, and you would move forward in the game. Never would have thought it would work so well, but there's a good amount of sensitivity. Apparently you can do this while swiping forward on your jeans and your lap too if you wanted to. Other surfaces should work as well. In the Nintendo Direct live stream, they also showed this other golf game where you move the putter around and rotate it and then make a stroke using the mouse motion, all on a table like a mouse. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. We'll see what other games end up using this control. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of other specifics like the
Everything is sounding good so far, right? Everything how he's explaining it. That's why I like looking at a lot of his videos. He explains it very, very good. The Joy-Cons have a haptic rumble. They have a little rumble to it as well. A good rumble, he said. And that's the same rumble, remember, that comes in the Pro controller as well that I showcased here, that I showed ya. And it has the mappable buttons, something, you know, that we pay for Pro controllers for. It has that. It has the chat button, the share button, everything, right? For $80. He said about the Joy-Cons, using it for that game. He said it's very responsive. It wasn't lagging or nothing like that. He swiped with the left, it went left. So everything how he's saying it is sounding good.
Chip it's running or even how much RAM it has, which admittedly, you know, a lot of Switch buyers just don't care about. But one big spec that they did improve is they've gone from 32 gigs of storage on the original Switch.
What Switch gamers don't care about. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Nobody cares. When you buying a Switch, you're not buying it for third-party games, how much RAM it has, you know, this, that, and the third. You buying the Switch for what you know the Switch is for. And that's it.
To 256 gigs of storage, and the storage is faster. So I definitely appreciate this. You can see my Switch home screen behind me. I could only fit 3 games on my Switch because one of them is Rocket League and it was like 17 gigs. But I also think this will directly relate to how much larger Switch 2 games will probably be. So 256 gigs will feel in line with the larger file sizes, you know, bigger textures, higher resolution and all that. Switch 2 games will probably also be bigger too. So thankfully.
So I spoke about that on the video I made, right? On why they decided to do the LCD screen over the OLED. In that video, I spoke about it, and I did a little breakdown So, you know, 256 is a lot, bro. You see how you could only fit 3 games in that original Switch? I did the Mario Kart World is gonna be like 23 gigs, and the rest of them are gonna be lower than that. So you're gonna have a lot of space, bro.
There is still micro SD card support. It lives right here under the hinge again, and you'll specifically have to get a micro SD express card to play games off it on the Switch 2. But I think generally they'll be pretty easy to find. I already saw Lexar is going to be making a 1 terabyte micro SD card just for the Switch 2, so that's awesome. Now the Switch isn't a Switch without the dock, and the new dock supports 4K resolution out to a TV. Love to see that. There's actually also a fan in the Switch 2 dock that turns on while it's docked, so while it's cranking out that extra resolution, it doesn't get too hot. But from there, I feel like all of the new software features have a bit of a theme. This Switch 2 feels like a much more social console. Like I think Nintendo saw a ton of success with the original Switch and started thinking about more ways to make it a better experience, because now there are going to be groups of people where several of them have a Switch. So when you hit that new C button on the Joy-Con, it brings up this new menu called Game Chat. So they didn't let us do this in the demos that I tried today, but in Nintendo Direct, you can see the idea is if you have some friends on other Switches gaming at the same time as you, you can all turn your mics on and talk to each other, or even turn screen sharing on to see each other's gameplay live, which is cool. I know a lot of people do FaceTime while gaming and kind of want to combine the whole experience. So I personally probably wouldn't do this, but I totally get it. And it's funny, it was actually refreshing seeing this in Nintendo's official footage. You can see the gameplay from other people as you're watching it it's kind of laggy and it's kind of low resolution, but it's totally fine. Like, this makes me believe more that what we're seeing here is exactly how it'll look. Like, Nintendo didn't want to make any fake promises like, oh, it'll be 1080p when you watch other people game.
Like
but hey, at least you'll have an idea of what's going on their screen, so that's cool. But not only that, if you get this optional accessory here, which is called the Switch 2 camera, this little thing plugs into that top port on the Switch when you're docked, or I think you can even plug it straight into the dock itself. And when you point it at yourself, it can automatically cut you out from the background and put your face next to your gameplay. So it literally feels like a gaming version of a Zoom call or something. Like, everyone can see their friends' faces and their friends' reactions to the games in real time. And some games will even integrate that feed a little more, like putting your face over where an avatar would normally be. It's like video chatting while playing a game. It's not going to be the highest fidelity thing ever, but it'll be a sort of extra layer on top and makes it feel more social. So game chat is cool when you're in multiple different places, but there's also going to be situations where multiple people are all gaming in the same physical place with Switches. And so they built a feature just for that, which is being able to share a game with other people who don't have it yet, up to 3 other people. So one Switch 2 is the host, and then up to 3 other Switches, they don't have to have the game installed at all. It's just one guy goes, all right, guys, I'll have this game. We're all going to play it in the same room. And every one of you now temporarily has this game, and you can play your own perspective of the multiplayer or whatever without having to buy or install the whole thing at that moment. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take to set up or like exactly which games will support it, but a Switch 2 can host, and then up to 3 other Switches can join. It's called Game Share. I like it a lot. And then actually, speaking of games, there's basically going to be 3 types of games for the Switch 2. There will be native Switch 2 games. And those are the ones that are the most optimized and should look the best with the best graphics, potentially taking the most advantage of the extra features and game chat and mouse controls. Then there will be Switch 1 games, some of which will be compatible with the Switch 2, just might not look as good. And then there will be Switch 1 games that get kind of remastered or updated for the Switch 2. So like a Switch 2 version of the game. So hopefully you don't have to pay a full price for a whole new game. You'll pay a smaller amount for an updated version of the game for the Switch 2. But I think that pretty conveniently brings us to the big asterisk hovering over all of this, which is pricing. See, the Switch 2 is going to start off at $449 in the US. Now, I've seen mixed reactions to that price. Obviously, the Switch 1 was amazing. It was $300, but that was almost 10 years ago. So now, new specs and updates and inflation and tariffs and all of that, to me, actually makes $449 feel like a pretty reasonable price. The Switch 2 camera accessory is $50. Feels about right. There's also a new Switch 2 Pro controller with new back buttons, plus a headphone jack, and of course the added C button. That'll be around $80. But then the game pricing is where they start to lose people a little bit. It's reported that Switch 2 games are going to be around $80 just for a digital download Switch 2 game. $90 if you want the physical version. That definitely feels really high. There are so many great PC and console games and even Switch 1 games in the store in like the $50 to $60 range right now. NBA 2K25 is like my staple for an expensive game. That's $70 on the PS5. So pushing that up again, $80 to $90 for a Switch 2 game does feel kind of like it's pushing it. And then they also announced this really smart looking demo game called Welcome Tour that basically walks you through all of the features and lets you demo everything and really get to know the Switch 2 well. Kind of reminds me of Astro's Playroom on the PlayStation 5, which did the exact same thing, helped you learn what the DualSense controller was capable of. And that was free. That actually came pre-installed on the PS5 at launch. And Nintendo has even done Wii Sports in the past, which was a free demo game that came on the Nintendo Wii and low-key turned out to be one of the greatest games of all time. The Nintendo Switch 2 demo game, though, is paid. It's not included for free. It's going to be like $10 or $20 or something like that in the store. But even just having it paid at all, to me, seems like a huge miss. That's going to be so many people that are not going to experience it, that are not going to be able to fully walk through it and understand and get to know their Switch 2, because no one's going to go buy that demo game. I don't know what they were thinking there. Other than that, though, the Switch 2 seems pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, I really like it. There's a reason the original Switch was one of the best selling consoles of all time. It was well priced, great form factor, very versatile. For me, the perfect airplane game console. I would say the signs are pointing to Switch 2 also being really good again. But there are also definitely some things we still don't know. Like, for example, we obviously don't know the chip and the RAM. We do know it's confirmed that there is some amount of DLSS happening. I would assume that to do 4K on a TV, there's some amount of upscaling happening. We just don't know exactly how much yet. But then also battery life. How similar or different will battery life potentially be from the first Switch? You know, having a bigger, higher refresh rate, higher resolution screen tends to eat battery life, but it's also bigger. So the battery capacity can be bigger. So maybe it just balances out and it's similar. TBD. I don't think fast charging is announced or anything crazy like that. But then also things like durability and whether they fix Joy-Con drift or not. These are all things that are TBD, and that I think would be great to find out for a full review. So maybe get subscribed if you're interested in seeing something like that, to be among the first to see it. And let me know in the comments down below what else you want to see.
All right, so that's it right there. Battery life is going to suck. I know that already, bro. 2 to 6 hours depending on what game you're playing. Like, bro, battery life is going to suck. I haven't seen one video where either the TV or screen has been in focus, always focus on hands or side of the head. Part of my videographer analysis, no hate, just observation. Yeah. I mean, the only place that we seen them on the TV was at the what was it? Was it IGN? The Treehouse? Where they were showcasing all the games and things like that. They were playing it on the TV. So yeah, they weren't showing them like over the head and playing it on the screen. It was more like a capture card type of feel. But that's what they were playing it that day. I'm not sure if that was like legit gameplay. I'm not sure, but that's what they were playing. That's what they were playing, bro. Right there. But yeah, people, that's the show I had for y'all today, people. We about to wrap up here. It is unbelievable. We're about to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. 4 more minutes and we out of here, baby. 4 minutes and we out of here. Appreciate everybody who pulled up today, man. Yeah, exactly, Guru. We got a lot of direct feed, not off screen. Exactly. That's something I want to see too. I want to see off screen. Like, put the camera over the shoulder and let me see some gameplay. The only little gameplay footage we've seen was the one that we showed off here yesterday, right? Which was this one. Which was where is it? This was one, but it was quick. This one. And it's running smooth. It's looking good right here. That's it. Really, you know? That's really it. But let's see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yo, Snake, I appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was supposed to stream The Last of Us tonight, too, but I'm not gonna. I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. Guru, I appreciate you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, people. Unbelievable stuff, bro. Unbelievable, bro. You know? What y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna chill, vibe out tonight? You can get the DAC image in your inbox by sending a DM to make sure you upload the image. What is that? I don't know. Look at runners. Yo, Marathon is looking like it's ready to go in, bro. Guess this is some sort of a runner right here. A new look at the runners in Marathon. So you see one right here. See a couple down here. See this image over here. There's the Bungee Cup. Looking crazy out here, bro. Okay, you on? All right, you on AC? You almost done with AC, Snake? You on Tlu right now? Either Monster Hunter Wilds or Shadows in a few. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill tonight. I'll shut everything off and go chill for a little bit. That's all. Yeah, bro. AC is crazy, bro. I got like 60 hours in that. But I'm pretty much almost done with all the circles around the map. I just now I'm on 2 missions, side missions that is just annoying. Like I have to what do you call it? Is it give a donation to those statues that you give like money to or something like that? I forgot what they call it. I have to do all of them. It's like 150 of them. And the other one, forgot what the other one was. But yeah, we about to wrap it up, people. Yes, sir. I appreciate all of y'all that stopped by tonight. Thank y'all so much for rocking with the gifted one, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs to everybody out there. We probably continue the live gameplay of The Last of Us Part 2 probably tomorrow. So hopefully I get to catch everybody there tomorrow night. Shout outs to all the sponsors of the show. Shout outs to the official sponsors, the members of the show. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for everybody who rocks with me, regardless. You know, always showing up, showing the support, watching videos and things like that. Appreciate everybody, man. Facts. You dig? Good to hear your voice. Yes, sir, my brother. I appreciate you being here, bro. It's good to see your name in the chat, my brother. Facts. You dig? Oh, you did all the Eagle visions? Okay. Nice. Nice. Get in the Discord, Snake. Get in the Discord, bro. It's posted on the community tab for the members only. You can see it. Click that link and it'll send you to the Discord. And you can vibe out there. You can send pictures while we there. It's for the members only. It's for members only. So get in there, bro. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Facts. It's your boy, the Gifted One here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for everything. We boom.